Chelsea are still backing Liam Sr. This is the message from the club after the match today. They don't forget he arrived in January, had no preseason. It will be important to understand how Chelsea end the rest of the season. It's results-based industry, but at the moment, as of now, the message is we want to trust this manager. And you know what? We shouldn't be surprised. These guys aren't going to be super reactionary. In terms of sacking a manager right before the end of a season. There's circumstances revolving it. There's been results and moments in his managerial career they'll probably highlight as a way to say, hey, Arthur did it like this at Strasbourg. If we give him some time, maybe he'll cook for Chelsea. And that's just me kind of putting myself in their shoes, which I think you guys should too, to really try to understand where this ownership is going, what they're trying to do, and why they're trying to do it. Because with a better understanding of that, you can better understand where we're going to go going forward. Which is why, rightfully so, a lot of you are Blue Co out. And hey, to start off the show, Blue Co out. Okay, Blue Co out. I'll probably mention it again halfway through the show, and then at the end, just so we know where everyone stands, right? But today, guys, we might talk about Blue Co. We might talk about the game, but we're gonna talk is the whole gist of it all. First things first, round of applause for you guys in the chat for showing up. Welcome, and welcome to the match review for Chelsea 0. Man City 3. Yes. Nothing is more brilliant than holding 3 at home and also holding not scoring, getting clean sheeted at your own home ground. So, I guess the only real reason I'm not overly devastated by this, I guess you can call this the one redeeming factor of the result, is that, it helps City win the title or get closer to winning the title, hurts Arsenal. And yeah, that's a good redeeming quality. Now, I'm not going to be too harsh on today's game. I do think there are some things to be positive about, but it's whether or not we're going to build off of that is the real question. We'll see. Obviously, the result was horrible. The second half, absolutely horrendous. And that's where all the negatives come in the second half. It's a game of two halves, people. First half, to start off with a little bit of the match, review and what happened, the highlights of today's game. Relatively strong lineup, right? I think if you were here for the match preview, Ahmed pretty much spot on with what the lineup was going to be. Esteval, Neto on the wing, Palmer to 10, João Pedro in the strike, Caicedo and Santos in a double pivot role, and Enzo out of the squad due to the suspension he's serving because of what he said over the international break and all the drama he stirred up, also stirred up by Bluco. And then Hato and Fofana together with Malagusto and Cucurella. Now, there's a few things. Oh, and Jurgensen still hurt, so is Sanchez. Now, I think, personally, and we'll talk about it, I think the first half, we looked good. All right? There was something to look at and be like, okay, maybe something can happen this game. Maybe we can get some type of result, right? And listen, just to make this clear, I didn't want to lose today's game, okay? call me a shill or whatever. I don't care. No football fan, as far as I'm aware, is going to want their team to lose just so another team can win something. So I'm sorry. That's just how I am. And actually, no, I'm not sorry. Let me take that back. I'm not sorry. Okay? I'm not sorry for being a fan of Chelsea and wanting Chelsea to win. Okay? Not sorry about that. Even if it means Blue Co leaves, I want Chelsea to win. All right? I'm not gonna stoop down to those levels. However, today, that first half, there was moments where we looked good. We were having conversation about, wow, Neto looked pretty brilliant in that first half, creating some chances, making Mateus Nunes at some point. Then there was Esteval on that right hand side. He looked a little brilliant. He had a moment where he created a good chance from deep. Today's game. And then you look at Palmer, for example. Palmer creating a little bit, holding the ball well, not really giving it away too much. João Pedro also had a few little dangerous runs that we just missed finding him in, so on and so forth. Tested Donnarumma, right? We had a shot on target. Donnarumma, crazy reaction. Like, the one thing we cannot deny about Donnarumma is that he is a brilliant shot stopper, world-class shot stopper. And today he showed why we consider he is a world-class shot stopper. Stopped a few opportunities of us scoring. So relatively, we played well in that first half. I think even Caicedo and Santos were relatively okay. I don't even think the defense was that bad in that first half. Hato, in my opinion, arguably man of the match. Cucurella also having a few chances to score, and we just didn't get them. Then, second half happens, and that's where things start to become grim. Second half, we came out like Pochettino. It felt like the Pochettino season all over again, where we start off the first half electric, good energy, trying to get ahead of it, and then the second half, everything just capitulates. Everything just falls apart. Was that Poch or was that Potter? I think it was Poch, where we were second half FC. But anyways, that being said, second half, we absolutely capitulated. We absolutely just rolled out the red carpet for Man City. After all that fight, after all that chances that you had, after all that, you come out in the second half and then you put on that display. And second half, 51st minute, André Santos. Nico O'Reilly absolutely manhandled you in that situation. Nico O'Reilly absolutely said, listen, boy, you're not going to do anything to me. I'm just going to move you and I'm going to get a free header. And there's nothing you can do about it. And that's exactly what Nico O'Reilly did. He just took André Santos, said, get out of my way, and scored. So, you know, I've enjoyed André Santos so far this season, but in this instance, made a mistake. Wasn't good enough in that moment. Work on your physicality. Hit the gym. How can you let Nico O'Reilly just move you like you were nothing? It's not Erling Haaland. It's not even Rodri. It's Nico O'Reilly. No disrespect to Nico O'Reilly, but you look at his build, he's not necessarily the strongest person on that pitch. So to let him move you like you're just some teddy bear, it's kind of embarrassing. So that's how we can see the first goal. And a brilliant cross from Shirky, by the way, who, again, I told everyone on this channel, Ryan Shirky is the truth. Ryan Shirky is a brilliant player. And in my opinion, Ryan Shirky was my nomination for player of the season. Now, I don't think he's going to get it, but now you understand that, oh, I wasn't waffling. This guy is the truth. And what happens in that second half? He steps up and he single-handedly basically creates all the goals that were scored today. Actually, two of the three, because the second one was also Shirky. Little brilliant moment in that left, keeps the ball, keeps dribbling. No one goes up for him. Everyone's just watching, failing to dispossess him. He goes, finds a pocket of space. Guehi runs into it. And we let Guehi score his first goal for City, I believe. Just like that. Finished it like a striker almost. No one really watching him. No one watching the run. And I have to rewatch it to be fair, but a bit of a failure in setup, right? And how we defend. Arthur, you better be learning from these lessons, because we're running out of time for you to learn these lessons. If we want UCL, if we want any chance to even improve this team with transfers, it's going to require money, which is going to require us selling players, but it would also be helped and boosted by the fact that maybe we can get some UCL money to maybe get these better players. Again, listen to what I'm saying. Maybe. I'm not dead set. I'm not confident that these directors are going to do it, but maybe they fluke something. Maybe. But those chances decrease when we don't have money for UCL. And so, Arthur, pick up your head, start learning quick, because at this point, you're slowly but surely becoming a lower league side bully. You can only do it against the lower opposition. You can't do it in the big games. Very similar conversations that we were having with Maresca last season. Funny enough. But you're showing, can't do it in the big games. Flat track bully. And it's showing. Ryan Cherky gets an assist, Guehi gets a goal. And to top it all off, people, this all happened in a span of 18 minutes. 3 goals. By the way, I think the third or fourth time we've conceded 3 goals. Not even 3-0. Third or fourth time that we've had a 3-0 result. 3-0 against Everton, 3-0 against City, 3-0 against PSG. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing when we have no fight. You go on, continue watching the game, and whether you want to blame Sanchez or not, I'm not going to argue with y'all. I don't care to defend Sanchez enough in this situation. I genuinely don't. But what I will say is players are allowed to make mistakes, and that includes Moises Caicedo. I'm just going to say it like it is. Moy, you've been brilliant. You've been fantastic servant of the club, and fantastic for us this season, last season, season before that. You are allowed to make a mistake from time to time. And when you do make a mistake, I'm not going to deflect and scapegoat someone else. Today, you made a mistake. Rob Sanchez rolls the ball out to you. Yeah, probably could have rolled the ball out to his left, his right. He had options. But Rob, it's 2-0. We could still come back and win this game. Rob Sanchez, probably from managerial instruction, rolls it out to Caicedo. Caicedo probably could have passed it to Neto, on his right-hand side. Instead of that, Caicedo decides to take a touch, go back with the touch, and then loses possession. He had 2-3 seconds on the ball. It wasn't like he was back against an opposition player. He had time. He had space. We're professional players here. You're held to a professional standard. Just because you don't have all the time in the world doesn't mean you can easily make a mistake like that. But regardless, I'm not going to slay Caicedo. It is what it is. He didn't have a good game today. And in that mistake, Jeremy Doku capitalizes. And there you go, people. City walk out of the bridge with a clean sheet and 3 goals. Now, like I said, the bright side is, hey, that puts pressure now on Arsenal. We don't want Arsenal to win. We're Chelsea fans. But I don't want to accept any more results like this. This is to the point of we're shooting ourselves in the foot now. As things stand, we are currently 4 points behind Liverpool in that 5th spot for Champions League. Currently, as things stand, Let me just double check these standings. We're in a Europa League spot. Luckily for us, Everton. Let me look at this. Everton didn't play this weekend. Hold on. March 3rd? No, March 21st. Yesterday. Okay. 2-2. That was a convenient result for us against Brentford. So, we stay in that 6th position. We're not out of Champions League spots yet. There could still be a fight here. You could still do something, Chelsea. But my confidence is growing less and less as all the drama going on in the background is just getting worse and worse. And to be fair, it's not even just Enzo at this point. You have the ownership coming out with all these statements, all these little PR news bits talking about how, oh, well, we have all this dirt on Enzo, but we don't want to release it because we don't want to stir up any drama. Oh, cool. Well, if you got something to say, how about you fucking just say it rather than just tease us about, oh, there's drama, there's all this. Or how about you just shut the fuck up? Anyone ever thought of that one? Liam, Arthur, this guy here decides, okay, we got a bit of a wedge between me and Enzo. He apologized multiple times. We're good. And then you come out and you start talking about how, oh, there's multiple hurdles for Enzo to jump before things are all right. Mate, are you all right? Why add all this extra pressure and all this extra attention towards Chelsea? What? Again, this guy.
Still see more iced. Sorry.
Shut up and do your job. Shut up and get results. Talking to me about I'm not going to sacrifice the way I want to play and the goals that we're heading towards, the style we're heading towards for wins. Brother, you're in no position right now to say what you want to do at the football club. To say that, oh, I can afford these losses. Oh, yeah, no big deal. Like, man's acting like we're top of the league. We can afford some losses. We just want to perfect the style of play and all this. Brother, how about you shut the fuck up and actually get some results so you can earn the respect of Chelsea fans? You're not entitled to this shit. So to me, people, listen, I think it's not all doom and gloom, like I keep reiterating. There was good football in that first half, and then it disappeared in the second half. And obviously, we're going to focus on both, but we're not going to focus on just the negative, okay? We're going to focus on both. And let's see what happens against United. Listen, I'm not confident that Saturday we'll get a result, but football is football. You never know what happens in the sport. But if we're going to be picking up points, it's not going to be against United. I'll tell you guys right now. Maybe against Brighton, Sunderland, Forest. But yeah, no, it was bad. So, ladies and gents, smash up the like button if you haven't done so already. Subscribe to the channel if you're new here. And also be sure to check out the memberships. 4 different tiers starting at 99p. Big up to the panel. Ahmed's AFK right now. But Chris, talk to me, man.
I'm
what did you
AFK
think of today's game?
Also, just to go back, it reminded me of something. I forgot his name right now, but like, you know, like Liam was saying, I'm just gonna play my way, my system. Is it sounding familiar to you? Is it to a manager in the Premier League? He's no longer in the Premier League, obviously. He got sacked. Can anyone in the chat guess? It sounds very familiar, and it just hit me.
Ange?
No. Well, I mean, Ange, yes, in a way, but it sounds very familiar to the Man United one. What's his name? The manager.
Oh,
if
Ruben Amorim.
Yeah, like he was saying, I'm only gonna play my way, my system, and he was getting zero results. In like, I don't know how many wins he had, but I think his percentage was very poor anyway. But yeah, like that just seems very familiar to it. Like you said, like we all want Chelsea to win. I do agree, but I just don't care no more. I really don't, because I think you said it. I think we have 1 win and 6 games, and that win was actually against Port Vale, and we've been losing to Everton 3-0. I'm just numb to it. I really don't. I just don't care at this point. Am I devastated today? No. Am I upset? No. Am I shocked? No. So yeah, it is what it is. I'm not even shocked in the poor performances of the players. Like Gusto, he had another poor game. I'm not shocked in that. Fafana, he's been poor for like 2 months or whatever you want to call it. He's been quite poor. He was poor again today as well. He was shocking. The only good player today for me was actually Hato in centre back. He played very well today. He probably saved us 2 goals, maybe. He played very well in that centre back. I didn't know he was going to play well in centre back until seeing him today, and he played very well. So that's good. Cucurella was just average. He wasn't great, I would say, but he wasn't like, you know, poor like a Gusto or Fafana in that defence. Our midfield is non-existent. Like, I think Santos, he just doesn't know how to man mark, and he was getting a bit pushed and all that, but like, I could see he was trying to do something, but like Caicedo today was a ghost. He was a ghost, and he was at a fault. For one of those goals, I will say he is at a fault as well. Like, it isn't just on Sanchez. I don't know why he dragged it back. He could have went forward or passed it to the side. He did have time, somewhat of time anyway, but yeah, I'm gonna blame that on both. Keeper, Caicedo. Caicedo's world class anyway. He should be doing better, I think. So
Yeah.
Esteval, he didn't have a great game either. I don't think he had a great game. I'm not gonna really be pointing out like an 18, 17-year-old kid that actually carried this dead team right now. I'm really not. So. Palmer, again, we can stay the same. He didn't really do a whole lot. I felt like he was more defending today, if anything. He was just in that defense, like centre back area. I felt like he did better than Fafana at defending today, but yeah, he wasn't great either, Palmer. Neto was a surprise because he was actually great in that first half, and then he just fell off a cliff. He went to old Neto again. Like the whole team in the second half anyway. That second half was just awful to watch. Like, we just gave up at that point. It felt like, I don't know what it felt like. Did they really want to like get a result today? I don't think so. But yeah, with João Pedro, I can't really fault João Pedro. I felt like he tried. He did mess up a few times. It's just he didn't really get much service. That's how I looked at it. But like, he did try a few things. He messed up a couple of times on the ball. But yeah, I'm not mad. I'm just over it. Like, we've been losing results all season. To care about this one game, why? It's just 3 points out of like the games where we dropped to like Everton's and all that, and whatever teams else we got next. So we got, I think, Sunderland or whatever in a couple of weeks. I'm not too sure though, but yeah, I'm just over it.
I get
Drained.
This is draining. It's
very.
I think what helps. I think what helps is that we
just
kind of already knew we were gonna lose. You know, like, to be fair, like, I think most of us were probably surprised we were even as good as we were in that first half. Like, I didn't think the team were gonna step up really. It's just the way that second half happened, and honestly, big up Hato, because Hato actually came out and said this. Check it out. Hato, this is not enough for us. A club like Chelsea, it's not what we need this season. We have to reach Champions League. It needs to be better. If you play the first half like that, you can't go out of the dressing room in the second half like that. It's hard to say what it is. I don't know. And listen, man, like, it's okay you don't know. You're young. You're a developing player. It's not your job to know why these things happen. But it's on Liam.
He's better to play this season. This is not on him.
It's not on him. But like, Liam, what are you telling these guys in that dressing room that has them coming out like this? That has them coming out looking so bang average? We pretty much bent over and let City rail us in that second half.
Yes. Yeah.
We just bent over. And then once they were 3-0 up, they took their foot off the gas, made some substitutions to conserve some players. And I'll say this, Lavia and Asugo looked okay when they came on. That's
Yeah,
it.
Sugo
The
did
game was
look,
lost
he
at
looked
that
like
point.
he was trying out there, trying to kick
Like
that
Lavia had
shins.
that little chance. Remember, he gave Cucurella the header and Donnarumma saved it. It's a good save.
Oh yeah, he did that. Good
Yeah,
cross, didn't he?
which is again, this is what I want to see from Lavia. This is what I've been wanting to see from Lavia for ages now. Your ability to create and good forward and go forward and progress the ball. So I mean, fuck, man, like I can't believe just how horrible Caicedo was today. Like this manager has made him so much worse than under.
Maybe he's just
under
mentally
Maresca.
drained too, like most of us this season. Like he was just ghost. He
draining.
was just there.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, man. Like again, it's against Man City. I like we expected to lose, which is and you know, with Arsenal where they are, obviously it's like okay, it's kind of a positive from there. I mean, now Arsenal, the gap for City to get to Arsenal is closer than before. But yeah, like man, I don't know. I'm so flustered and just annoyed with the team overall. But at least Hato understands. Hato gets it. He comes out and he says these things. He knows that we need to do better. But I don't know. What are you saying, bro?
Marshall, you know, I feel
Yeah,
like
go for it,
you know,
man.
you just let.
He's about to say some bullshit because he saw I came
Are
in.
you free to speak?
No. I generally was not. I've not spoken at all since the beginning of the show. So.
I know you ain't.
Whoa, Chris, chill out, bro. Come on.
He's not letting you clear.
No,
it.
yeah, he's not letting me. Yeah, let him know, Chris. No. Listen, man. One step closer to know Europe, man. Let's go, lads. Firstly, you know what I mean. You know my school of thought. I'll be honest, man. I think you described it as potch. I think this is literally a great first half, and the second half we essentially just went to Azkaban. Essentially, we just went to hell.
Yeah.
I just think generally for me, when I look at this game in particular, I do think City kind of helped us, particularly that first half with the structure they had, because we were able to counter a bit more easily, which is why we were able to create a lot more chances, which we should give credit at least to Racine for in terms of that. But I think essentially, as I said before, all it takes with this team is you just get one goal. If the opposition is able to get a goal, then you know these guys, boom. You know what I mean? Like they just lose everything within their willpower, man. And it's very clear to see that. I think generally speaking, when I look at the team, if we just break it down piece by piece here, I think Sanchez in general today, for example, I know obviously there was the mistake by Caicedo initially for that one. I don't really have that much of a complaint with Sanchez, to be honest. I'll be honest with you. Even generally, I hate to say this, backline wise, we can maybe criticize Cucurella for a goal or two, maybe his position, or maybe leaving his man, or maybe passing his man to another person who was moving. But generally, again, the backline for me, I don't have that much of a critique for. Right? I think the midfield, again, we speak about it often. I think Santos today obviously had a few mistakes in him. Caicedo today had a few mistakes in him. And then attacking wise, I don't know what to say.
Speak on Neto, man.
You know, I don't even know what to say at this point. You know, Pedro now decided to do the Phantom of the Opera. One half smiling, the other half. First half, the Phantom mask was smiling. The second half, the Phantom mask was a sad face. So I don't know what's going on there,
Like,
right?
Bro, like, how do you lose, bro? How long is the break? Like 15 minutes, right? It's a 15-minute break in between the. In 15 minutes do you lose the first touch, brother? Like, how did that happen? In the first half, he was at least controlling the ball. In the second half, bro, he couldn't even control the ball.
It baffles me because it's like they came out of the second half like they already played the whole full 90 and they were tired legs. It's insane.
We say that before, but please, I want you to put that nice little. Let's put that right there. A little bit of put that right on the wall. We're gonna come back to that point, okay? There's a reason for that, by the way. You then got the other two guys, João Pedro. I say this before. If he ain't scoring a goal, he looks like I don't know what he does really these days. I don't know how to say it. If he ain't scoring, what he doing? That's the question you got to ask.
But it's like, I feel like it's such a difficult conversation to have in terms of players because I think barring Hato, really, I think we can point at every single player and say that they have gone down. in terms of performances. In terms
I agree
of
with that.
and that's every single player. So it's like we can go through each of the player, and you can say like, yeah, everybody in the back line, except like I said, barring Hato has been worse, right? Cucurella has been worse, Sancho's been worse, Caicedo's been worse, Palmer's been worse, and all of our wingers are worse or just as bad as they have been. Joao Pedro's now going, as not even scoring anymore, like I'm just saying. So the issue that I'm seeing is when all these player performances, and mind you, it's not like it happened one season to another. Beginning of the season, Caicedo was in conversations for being best in the world. Maresca leaves, the system changes, and now he's dropping these level of performances, and that's not a coincidence. It's not like he was injured.
Yeah.
It's not like he was injured, and it's not like something major's happened to him in his life. Like, I really just look back at Rosinha, but at the same time, it's like, how can I be mad at somebody when I knew what they were going in? I knew that he wasn't good enough for the job. I knew that he did not have the amount of experience necessary to coach the squad at the level necessary to be fighting week in, week out in the Premier League. I knew this. So it's like, how am I going to get mad at somebody when I knew the terms and conditions going in of what this guy was going to be? Which is why I told everybody, we're like, oh, we got to get Maresca out. The Maresca ball is too slow. It's too boring. I'm tired. A better manager can do better. They can rotate the squad better. And I told everybody, it's going to be worse. Whoever comes in next is going to be worse. You guys people didn't understand that. The sporting directors, they lucked out that Maresca was actually a half decent manager. I don't think he was excellent. I don't think he was amazing. He was just half decent.
RSM, to add to your point, yeah, I think there's another aspect. The reason why I said to pin something for a moment was that if you guys remember, in midweek they were showing videos of the players doing what's it called, the bleep test essentially, right?
Okay.
And the context behind that, obviously, as all of us here would know, is that obviously I think for the vast majority of this season we've been run on the pitch, right? And so
sure.
I think we're the second worst in the Prem.
Yeah, something like that, right? And I think the main
test.
Yes, Chris, that's correct.
Yeah.
And I think the reason why I mention all of this is because it makes sense that in the first half we had the energy, we were running, right? But then, obviously, the number of games you played, with the level of training that you probably have to do, particularly if you're doing like that type of running training, which we saw what happened, particularly even under Poch, right? The second half always is worse because
We have no
physically there.
there's no second win.
Yeah, there's no second win. You're not physically there either. So I actually think that's another thing that I think is obviously not to be that should not escape our view as well in regards to these type of conversations as well.
I think I get what you're saying. Part of me is a little conflicted with the whole running stat and stuff because that could be deceiving. There's always context with that stuff. There are plenty of teams that don't run as much as other teams and still do just fine. Like, I think there's more to it than that.
I think in the EPL, I have to disagree. I think in the EPL, the teams that usually, particularly if they're the most successful, do their job the best, they usually have a lot of distance covered. Arsenal, for example, you may not. They have a lot. They do cover their distances quite well. They cover their distance. They do a lot of running. They're able to hold the ball quite well, right? This is stuff that we are kind of lacking in terms of in terms of what we do. Even look at the way we what's it called what's the way I look at it? Yeah, when we were trying to counter press them in the first half, Marshall, right? We were covering that distance a lot quicker. We were able to do that against City. But then the second half comes along, right? You're overworked. You've done a lot of stuff, obviously, previously, midweek in training, right? As well as, obviously, the stuff during since the Club World Cup are playing, right? You can see how easy it was for City, basically, from that point onwards, against our counter press.
But the thing is, though, like, that first half, it was fine, right? We were okay.
I agree, yeah.
I think in the second half, that's when City decided to tweak a few things. I think City decided, okay, we're going to try to go through the wings a little more and come inside to try to get some openings here. Because Chelsea, they're sitting back. They want us to dispossess, and then they're going to try to hit us on the counter. Which we didn't really... That's why, like, when someone said in the Discord before, this is Poch ball, I was like, no, Poch ball is a lot more transitional. We weren't really that transitional in this game. But we did create our chances. We did have our moments. But
we weren't
I think in that second half... Go ahead.
The reason why we weren't transitional, Marshall, is because we weren't able to get the ball on the transition. The thing with Poch ball, again, I know he's obviously going to get relegated this season. You know, you had you had the engine, aka Conor Gallagher. You know what I mean? He was doing all the running and the pressing, right? And so I think, listen.
Remember, we played him in the 10 so we could win the ball back higher up the pitch.
And he would win the ball back higher up the pitch, and so the transition was a lot quicker because essentially you win the ball up high.
It's a shorter distance.
Right? But our problem is we're winning the ball back basically just outside our box, Marshall. Right? So, and then the guys that you're trying to even get it to have a poor first touch.
That's the problem.
Right?
That's
and
the
so
biggest issue.
And so Poch ball cannot be effective in that instance.
Yeah.
Like, I forget who were the wingers under Poch. It was Palmer, and then I forget who the other guy.
Don't forget
Nani.
Chilwell. Don't forget Chilwell.
No, it was Sterling. It was Sterling.
Mudryk,
No, it was
Sterling,
Sterling, Sterling, Mudryk, and then Nani Palmer on the right.
But essentially, with the regular winger pairing was always like Sterling, and then it was what's it called?
Palmer.
Palmer, right?
Palmer.
Yeah.
Listen, Sterling was shit. I'm gonna put that out there first before I give this context. But he had a first touch, mate.
Yeah, he
So
could
you missed
control the ball.
Sterling?
He had a first touch.
Oh, he could trap the
Yes.
Yeah, the issue with him wasn't that he couldn't trap the ball, and like the issue was he just did nothing really, unless it was a relegation side.
I think you're putting Surfer to sleep. Surfer, don't wake up, mate.
I'm awake.
This guy, man,
I'm such a troll.
you're such a troll. Like,
I rest in my eyes.
No,
Didn't Chelsea do that for you already?
I'm just hearing that I didn't think we played well at all in any part of the game. I just thought City were just below par for the first half. I didn't think we played well at all. And City just went up 25% and just mauled us really, or just put a like those old comedy sketches where someone puts their hand on top of the head of a short person. And they're like that. They can't reach him. So that kept us at arm's length. I didn't think we played well at all. My problem isn't essentially that we lost. Of course, that's a problem.
Yeah.
My problem is the acceptance of it is being taken too easily. It's been accepted too easily in terms of like I didn't think we were going to win, but I'm not accepting the loss. Whereas people say we weren't going to win. And just we'll just move on to the next game or something like that. Do you know what I mean? Or it doesn't really matter. Do you know what I mean? It's like that's my problem with it in terms of it. You know, I agree with you guys. I don't think for me Rafinha should be on one of these panels instead of like managing. So he should have been in the crowd.
He talks, yeah.
He should be in the crowd instead of like managing because. You know, I don't know I don't know why. It's like putting. He's great. He's great with his PR. He comes out and says the right things. He's got a very soothing voice and people listen to him. But that's just it. Do you know what I mean? There's no authority there. There's no like, I'm going to die for you on the pitch there. Do you know what I mean? I'm going to put my best. I'm going to put my best there. There's nothing. There's just nothing there. And
Yeah.
And of course, the players they've got to take responsibility, but they're looking to be led as well. You know what I mean? In terms of like, they look at the silence going, this guy's word is gold. You know what I mean? I'm going to run through brick walls for this guy. I'm going to break everything to try and win. And it's just not there.
Drive the bus.
And it's like. We got all this PR shit that came out tonight. Again, the same thing like that happened after the last result against Everton, where it's like they're going to go with him, he's part of the summer talks. And it's like the summer's wasted already because when they fire him in October, November next year, it's just a wasted summer. Do you know what I mean? Then you just move in Gary O'Neill, and it's just the same process all over fucking again, isn't it? Really? Do you know what I mean? And it rolls in and rolls in. That's the problem, and it's like. I watched that game and it was like when Cucurella scored that goal, I didn't celebrate. I didn't think it was I didn't know it was offside. But I went, okay. That's it. Even build up to this game. Usually Chelsea Man City games have a much bigger build up than they do, and this week has just not been it. Do you know what I mean? It's just whoever's doing DIY in the background, man. Go on mute or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's
No DIY here.
You get like today's thing is like even there's no like joy watching them. It was more like a mandatory appointment. Like you had to like just show up to get like say you showed up. You know, I mean, in the ground, I mean, there was like I know the atmosphere's really rubbish at home games usually anyway with Chelsea, but today
It wasn't bad today.
What?
It wasn't bad today in the first half. After that, it died. Obviously,
I don't know. I just think like there was just even acceptance in the crowd. You know, even like full time. I know a lot of people left, but there wasn't like a lot of boos or anything like that. It was like
apathy.
This is Chelsea.
And it's like people are going, oh yeah, damn, we're definitely at the Champions League now. Now we're at the Champions League.
That's what I'm talking about.
Have you seen our like run of games? We're probably going to get a max. Probably going to get maybe 4 more points this season. Maybe 4 more points.
I was saying it's
going to lose next week to we're going to lose to Manchester United next week. Probably going to lose to Brighton because they'll be focused on the FA Cup semi-final. Probably lose to Liverpool. Probably draw with Forest. Probably lose to Sunderland away and probably beat Spurs at home because we just beat Spurs all the time.
We got Liverpool again?
I forgot we were playing.
Yeah, we got Liverpool away.
Yeah, we got Liverpool away.
Yeah. So it's
Liverpool
like
may not be that good, but we're worse.
This season's going to end up right. This season we're going to have less points than last season. We're going to finish lower than last season, and we're not going to have any trophy than last season. But hey, you guys want to go ahead with Rosina? It's all good. And all you people are saying it was Maresca's fault or Maresca had a big hand in it. You're fools. You're literally fools. That's what you are.
He went
for a bad run. People forget that he got manager a month before.
He's gonna take out the fucking pamphlet. He's gonna take out the
forget
master
that.
program.
You guys who wanted Maresca out thought he was a big problem. You guys are idiots.
No,
he was the one. He was the one actually keeping it together.
Yeah, I 100%.
You know what I mean? He was the one actually. He's the one who
totally
put it together,
agree.
kept it together.
You need to have shame.
This guy's a dickhead, bro.
Hey,
You need to have shame.
Maresca got sacked for 1 win in 7 league games. That's what our current manager has.
That was the last man. That was the manager's last. That's the manager's last.
Was it 7? I was like 5.
Do you know we haven't kept a clean sheet since January?
Yes.
Yep.
I was there. I was there.
Oh no, Port Vale.
He said I was there.
You mean in the league?
This guy's getting. He's following in the Ten Hag style of management. You know when Ten Hag got broke the records, but the worst records, like that. Rosini's doing that at Chelsea.
It's like
Rosini is doing that at Chelsea. He's doing.
Can I also add Surfer quickly, if you don't mind? The thing that really is just weirding me out is that I don't listen. You said he's gonna stay after.
I don't believe that.
Right, I don't believe that personally either. But,
Yeah,
but what's weirding? What's weirding me out is that I don't need to be then hearing after every loss. Don't we trust Maresca? You know, so we don't we trust Rosina. You know, we still have faith in him after every game from Fabrizio. Like, why do we need to hear that?
This is the new.
Cool.
This is the new dreaded vote of confidence. Remember the old style of vote of confidence?
Yeah. He's got a vote of confidence when nobody asked seriously in 2 weeks.
Exactly.
Yes.
But it's like you get. It's like seriously, guys. We're gonna finish on. I think we're gonna finish on 52 points this season. I don't think we're gonna get anything more.
What do we have now?
48.
48.
What are the fixtures? So we play United at home, Brighton
United
away.
at home, Brighton away. Then it's the Cup. Then I think it's
No. Then we have Forest at home.
Forest at home. Then Liverpool away.
I'm just talking the league fixtures.
Liverpool away, Spurs at home, Sunderland away. I think we're going to draw with Forest at home and beat Spurs at home, and then lose the other games. That's what I think.
I'll say we get a morale-boosting point versus United. We are absolutely losing that away match versus Brighton. That's definitely happening. We probably beat Tottenham just out of pure spite and the opportunity to send them down.
Yep.
That'll be like the only game the fans are really up for between now and the end of the season in the league. I really don't think the fans care about the other ones at all.
No, I think they're checked out.
They might care about the semi-final, right?
Yeah, so I don't know.
Yeah.
We probably get like 7 or 8 points, maybe if we pick up some form. But like, if you told me we got 5, I'd believe you.
Where does it rank that we've gone from last season where Maresca had a dodgy middle period, and then switched it around, made us more defensive at the end, won 2 trophies, finishing top 4, confident on the last day of the season. That now we're going less points, lower position, no trophies, no Champions League football. That's what it'll be.
Yeah.
So how's the because what they could rely on, and I always gave them this, not credit, but they could rely on, it's progress, because we went 12th to 6th to 4th with trophies. So now we've gone backwards. Now what?
Yeah,
Now
exactly.
I do want to raise a point. Not because I think we will finish in 6th place, but there is a universe where Aston Villa win the Europa League and finish in the top 5.
I said this, and we get 6th. Yeah.
So 6th place gets Champions League.
Yep.
Is that,
Everton,
can I just
Brentford
ask?
drew today,
Can I just ask?
or
Is that
yesterday.
guaranteed that would go to an English? That would go to an
Yes.
Ah,
Yes. It would.
Surfer, yes, because so how this
'Cause
works
we already
is
got the 5th spot.
if you
I just
qualify,
want to understand. That's all.
well, I'll explain it.
Yeah.
If you qualify for the Champions League via the league position, then you take that spot in your league.
Right.
Them winning Europa League, the Champions League would go to the winner of that comp if they didn't already finish in it. If they finish at a Champions League spot, your league gets an extra spot. So if Forest wins Europa League, obviously they go Champions League. We would get screwed.
Yeah.
But we'll kind of know better because I think Forest and Villa would play each other in a semi-final if it came down to it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so there is a small universe where 6th place becomes Champions League. Do I think we can fend off clubs like Everton, Brentford, and Brighton for 6th? No. Because they seem like they actually want to play in Europe and actually like showing up for work. And I mean, we're kind of just out there, man. Like, it was just vibes today until it wasn't. It was like,
The thing is, I don't even know if it's the players that like they don't care about getting Europe. I just think they don't believe in the manager, bro. Like they just don't rate his tactics.
I think those are the same thing. But yeah, the more games we see with the current manager and the current setup, the worse our team looks.
Yep.
And like, you guys can say, yeah, we beat Port Vale 7-0. They're about to be in EFL League 2 in the middle of August. So like that, it is what it is, man.
But I like I said, I don't like his tactics seem to be, and we did it against Port Vale, was play out from the back and wait for someone to press us. That seems to be it from the back, right? That's what he did against Port Vale, which was maddening. This fucking Port Vale. Do you know what I mean? Today, like I said, I don't think we played well. I think City was shit in the first half and just upped their game in the second.
Bro, they were in second gear until they scored.
Exactly. They got a rock out of the backside at half time, and they literally put up a 25%.
It was just a difference in managers. That's really what it was, man.
Well, that's what I mean. You got. I mean, like I said, I listened to this guy. Reminds me of when if your parents split up, and that's your mum's first date in 5 years, and comes to introduce you to your kids. That's the kind of guy that's the kind of thing he got the vibes he brings. Like,
hey man, he's the father who stepped up.
Yeah, but he's like.
He's the man who aged, bro. He's the man who aged.
Yeah, he's the man who aged. I mean,
always hating on Rossinha, man.
Honestly,
I know you're not.
Oh, nice.
I know you're not talking.
I didn't think listen. I have Potter and Lampard. I had Potter and Lampard joined as the worst Chelsea managers I've seen.
I think that's disrespectful to Lampard. Sure.
Yeah,
let me finish. This guy had Peter will know this. This guy had a Potter style run at the start. Peter, remember, like 8 or 9 games in the pot, and then he tanked. He's tanked like that. He's done. Peter's tanked. I'm telling you. And
the thing with Potter is like we drew a ton of games.
Yes,
right.
We did,
yes.
Yeah.
But like by definition, to draw a match, it's a pretty unlikely result. It has to be like pretty competitive for large spells, whether it's like both teams are shit or both teams are good, or it's like feisty, or it's very passive. We are not even like in a sort of game state where we can draw. The only matches we've drawn with this guy are when we're up 2-0 and we throw it away.
Yeah.
True.
That's it. Like if it's 0-0 for like longer than an hour, we are not gonna win.
No,
like I don't.
Dude, I think I said this before. Like with this manager, like if we have a good first half and we don't score, I know we're losing. I know for a fact we're losing that game.
Oh yeah,
I don't know.
Real quickly, shout out to Lamps, man. I saw Lamps was in the stands today, man. Shout out to a few.
And that's the other thing with this manager. We concede so many gilt-edged chances and just so many goals from all areas of the pitch. I don't know how we would ever put together good enough runs of form. Look at this defending by Andre Santos, by the way. Very, very hilarious. Very, very big criminal.
Actually, so bad, bro.
Very hilarious.
He just gets like he's like when
He's just not tall enough, bro, but he doesn't even try to jump.
Bro, RSM, it's like when you see like a parent with a bratty child and he just picks him up and just puts him on the side. Like, move, dude. That's what Nico Riley did to Santos, man. It was embarrassing. And yeah, right there, he just step aside, brother.
Santos who lost the man, yeah.
Yeah, but like, look at the marking. Like, Santos is completely playing the man. He's got no real eye for the ball. Positioning wise, like, he's not got his hips underneath his shoulders. Like, he's obviously off balance there. Like, it looks like O'Reilly like completely bodied him, but it's like Santos got too tight to him. It didn't make any sense. I don't know. Very stupid. But we were always going to concede today, whether it was that or some other shit. Like, this was never going to be it was not possible that today could be a 0-0. I don't think Chelsea under Rafinha are able to play out 0-0s. Even the clean sheet at Stamford Bridge that we got against Brentford, Sade should have scored twice. I don't know why he tried to square it to Igor Thiago in the first half, or how he didn't finish that 1v1 against Sanchez in the second half.
Oh, the 3-0 against Brentford.
Think about it.
That easily could have been like 3-1, 3-2.
Like, it was
2-0.
But I think what's shocking about
that could have been a weird. That could have been like we could have drew that game.
At 0-0, they were through on goal, and Sade, instead of just putting it past Sanchez, tried to square it to nobody, and we all laughed in Matthew Harding lower, and then Chalobah kicked it in our own goal.
I think what's actually what makes it worse is probably that we were all scathing about our defense under Maresca, right? In terms of we knew it wasn't good enough. Somehow, they're worse.
You know what I don't like? What I don't like about Rafinha is so I watched this City game, and this is the first Chelsea game I've watched since the second leg against PSG.
Welcome back, brother.
Yeah, well, for all of you guys that have been suffering.
But there was a 2-week international break for Christ. Well, you know what I mean.
Not back in the lads.
Oh my god, I know you're not.
But yeah, this it's like what Surfer was saying, that we were having problems with our defense even with Maresca. It's like with Maresca, he hid a lot of the deficiencies in this squad, to a point where people started saying the bad players were like having great purple patches. People were saying they've turned the corner. Now it's like this guy is just exposing the weaknesses of everybody and making everybody look so bad.
100%.
And it's like people don't notice it because we had a manager bounce with him, which is great.
We had a purple patch from our number 9, so it made everything look cool.
People don't notice like the constant Sanchez playing out of the back. Was it the second goal we conceded where he passes it into Caicedo, who's surrounded by City players, and he ends up losing it? Like, we're playing into our weaknesses so much with this manager. This manager that's meant to be, so adapting and such a great coach and knows how to get the best out of players. You're playing directly into our weaknesses with everything.
You know what it tells me, right? You know what it tells me? That when they were looking at bringing Rafinha in, they didn't watch how his side played football at Strasbourg. They just watched the results. They just looked at the results. The data driven, right?
These guys are never. These guys don't know.
Yeah, but they always look at They always look at numbers, right? That's what these guys are. They look at numbers and stats. That's what they looked at. They never looked how we played, and in the league they played as well. The only French league can you see a goalkeeper near the fucking halfway line sometimes during games and not get punished, right, or something like that. That's what the problem is. I mean, I've seen that the minimum time we've had him, Lavia is shit under Rafinha, and he hasn't played that well. The minimum times he was played under Maresca, I never saw Lavia really had a bad game. Under Maresca, press resistant, passing off the ball. Under Rafinha, I'm seeing this guy launch shocking tackles. on people. Do you know what I mean?
All of our midfielders look worse. All of our
They look
defenders
worse.
look worse.
I was gonna like counteract that point a little bit, only because these guys were watching Strasbourg on a semi-regular basis, at least the directors.
No, I don't believe it. I don't believe that.
And the reason why
I
I say that
honestly,
is the
I honestly
reason
think
why.
Surfer gives him too much credit. I think
Yeah.
they panicked and went for a
Yeah,
senior.
and the reason, listen. The reason why I say that is because they have been shown to be at these places quite a bit. Even the other guy, Sam Drew, is the other one that's actually like the third sporting director essentially for us, right? Who does the other stuff, right? Who watches the game. So they have been watching what he does and how he does stuff. I just think the problem for them was that I think they thought that he could bring the feel-good factor that he was able to bring because he had so many young players, right, from Strasbourg into our team, and that is fundamentally why essentially they missed the boat, right? Because it's different when you're playing with young guys in France, and then playing with some of the guys that we have in terms of quality-wise, at Chelsea too.
They went for other names. They went for other names and they were told to fuck off. That's what happened.
Probably
No, I don't believe they went for other names. They were always going to get Rosignol. They're always going to do that. But Ahmed, what you're saying, right? But he's not. This guy's not really like playing the young players he probably should be playing.
No. What I'm trying to say, Prime, is that I think they thought he could bring, because we have also young players here, right? I think our squad generally is wrong, right? I think we all agree here. The squad is very generally quite young as well. I think they thought he could still do the same thing that he was doing over there with the same.
But he's not doing that though.
That's what I know. He's not doing that, but that's I think what their thinking was at the time.
Wrong and strong.
All right. So what happens now? So do they get rid of him now then?
I generally think he's good.
End the season maybe, bro.
End of the season, I think
maybe.
generally at the end of the season, yeah. So I generally think that, and I think
so they get rid of him, which hey, I'm in favor of. But is it Gary O'Neill?
You know the answer. Yep.
Yeah, bro. That's Gary O'Neill, man.
Yep.
It's 100%
Which is why
I
anyone
I genuinely don't believe it's gonna be Gary O'Neill.
No, but that's what I'm asking. So
it's gonna be Neil O'Gary.
Who is gonna be the next guy?
they're gonna put a little fake mustache on him. Yeah, they're gonna put a little fake mustache on him.
He has less experience. He fits the model perfectly.
They're gonna make him full Irish. Gary O'Neill.
This is just proof that
it's either Gary O'Neill or who's the other guy? It's either Gary O'Neill or McKenna, I think.
Respectfully, yeah, that's actually not a bad shout. How though? Yeah, I mean they'd probably have to pay the compensation.
They wanted Gary O'Neill when we got Fresca.
So it's all the briefing about how they believe managers don't really matter. You can tell they actually believe that shit because they completely ignored the like emotional and psychological component of football.
Yep.
Like it's all about relationships. It's about who you know and how well you're able to get along with people. And a lot of communicating from like a manager to player is about the relationship you build with those people. This is the first time I think I've seen a manager sacked mid-season where the response in like the medium term has just been terrible. Like the players don't look like they're interested now. Some of the players that looked the best under the previous coach just look completely bang average now. Like you can tell, whatever you feel about Maresca as a coach, the players didn't want a new coach.
Nope.
No. You can tell by what our vice captain has said. You can tell by what Cucurella said. Like the players didn't want this. They're not responding to this. I don't think they're going to respond to this at all, right? The reason I think he could get replaced in the summer is they can't say his position's going to be up for review publicly in April when we still have we still have the season to fight for. Like, are we going to make it? No one actually thinks we're going to qualify for Champions League, or no one actually thinks we're going to get top 5, rather. We might do this backdoor 6th place route potentially, but like nobody thinks we're catching Liverpool. But you can't come out and say, yeah, if he doesn't make it, he's out when we're in this situation, because then we really just tank the rest of the season. I think the worst thing that could happen long term is we don't qualify for Champions League, but we find a way to fluke this FA Cup, and the directors and the board uses the justification of, oh, we won this cup even though we haven't played a top-level side in this competition until the semifinal.
Yep.
So we're going to do a Ten Hag, is what you're saying?
Wait, who we
Essentially.
got? I actually
That's
know.
my fear.
Oh no!
We got Leeds, and then the winner of City Southampton.
Yo, fuck.
Yeah, the Southampton super team, by the way. You guys are laughing, but okay, they won again. Just wait. You guys are lucky we didn't get Southampton in the semifinal. Because, oh man.
I mean, it's
I
not
don't
like
know.
Leeds is going to be any easier for us. We could.
It's going to be easier than
Leeds, too.
the Southampton.
Yeah.
The Southampton super team is serious. Pep better watch out.
Which is, I mean,
You guys think I'm joking?
No, I don't think you're joking. I
don't
actually,
even think people think we should be looking past the actual semi-final.
No. I think we're going to lose to Leeds, but like, I'm glad that we're at least losing to a Premier League team, and we're not going to have the optics of Southampton beating us. Because I also think they would beat us.
Pete did bring up a good point. Like that's. I hope this isn't the case. Like I hope there is a universe where I could see Liam focusing solely on
break
the FA
glass
Cup.
in case of emergency scenario. We win FA Cup but finish like 9th. But then he stays.
But we get Europa, like.
Yeah, we get Europa because we won it.
But even the focus on the FA Cup, he's not good enough to win it. So
Again, like, yes. Like, no one actually thinks we're going to win it. But, like,
we might just fluke it.
It's just, I'm just saying, if there's a universe where we have won that, and regardless of the league position, they can point to that trophy in bad faith and argue progress, I think that prevents us from changing the approach. Because, like, we all recognize the approach needs to be changed for better sustained actual, like, progress in the league, and not what they like to frame disingenuously as progress. Okay, like if Rafinha stays next season, if he survives the summer, none of you think he's going to make it to opening day in August of 2027. Nobody thinks that.
No shot, especially with the managers like that might come out of the World Cup. Like you would be dumb to stick with their senior. Respectfully.
Peter, question.
What's up?
Even if like we don't make Champions League and don't win this FA Cup, why would they change the model?
Why would they change the model? Like, what could? Are you asking me? Like, essentially, what would have to happen for the model to change?
From like, I'm just trying to think from their perspective. This season being bad and failing.
Oh, because like Surfer said, this is the first season out of their 4 where they cannot argue progress in any sort of way.
I agree.
It's patently obvious that their project blew up in their face.
I'm just trying to think from their perspective. Can't they just say this season failing is down to? Can't they just
Maresca.
kind of blame it on Maresca?
No,
they probably could
because they fired him halfway through Prime. No,
but I don't agree. But I'm just thinking from their point of view, won't they find some other reason to blame?
I guess to give you a more measured take.
What? Basically, what I'm trying to say is
they can't blame this. They can't blame this all on Maresca because the players aren't siding with the current coach.
Okay, so they can just say they. Okay, so they can also kind of. But I'm saying, why do they? Not that they should change. Obviously, they should. Why do they have to?
Why would they? I think they're going to be forced into a change at manager at the very least, because he's not getting a response out of these players, and it's obvious.
But the change in manager doesn't mean the whole structure changes. Your senior coach.
Sure.
So when we win maybe 1 out of the first 6 opening league matches next season.
Yeah.
Right, after whatever recruitment bullshit they put off in the summer or something like that, they would have to make a change then. My problem is this.
No, a change in the manager, but I mean in terms of the whole like the
recruitment
project
policy
or whatever. Why does the project?
I don't think that all this like thing about getting ready-made players or something like this immediately didn't sit well with me because 15 minutes later they announced Barco's. signing summer. So I don't think they are going to. I don't think they are going to change. I think it's a false. It's all word of mouth. It's all PR. It's all propaganda to make us think they're going to change. I think they're going to go back to what they've done before this summer and sign 1 or 2 players of name value to distract us like that, and then sign 5 or 6 unknown.
We're getting hit with the Morgan Rogers 100 M's for no reason. We're gonna waste 100 M's for Morgan Rogers.
We're getting hit with.
I'm telling you right now. I watched Morgan Rogers miss a sitter today. By the way, for Villa.
We're getting hit with the Neto Sancho thing of 2024, where everyone went, "Oh, we got Neto and Sancho because they're names," and the rest were all shit. We're getting hit with the Lavia Caicedo the summer before that, and João Felix obviously the summer of that before that, and then. In 23 January, we got hit with the João Felix loan signing and the Enzo Fernandez thing, and then 8 fucking nobodies after. I think they're just going to do that. That's what they're going to do.
I'll be honest, Surfer.
I think they're going to change approach in terms of manager because they're going to have to.
They have to.
But when I say change approach, I'm not talking about the manager. Changing the manager doesn't mean.
Oh, like are they going to actually get like experienced players? Nah. That's not going to happen.
Yeah, but Peter,
mainly crime because they won't pay the wages for them.
But that's my point. The way our whole model won't change. It will just be okay. Our senior's gone, McKenna or Gary O'Neill comes in, and there'll be a bounce again. But nothing's actually gonna change.
The only thing I could potentially
really
see
don't
happening,
have faith in McKenna as a coach. I'll be the first one to say it.
I'll probably put more faith in him than Liam.
I like McKenna. He's a good coach, but he shouldn't be.
The job he's done in the championship this season is high key terrible, even though they're in second place.
But again, he shouldn't be here. So the fact that we need to judge that, he shouldn't.
I just don't think he'll scale upwards to this job at all. Not based on what I've seen at Ipswich.
Do you think Maresca would scale upwards?
I thought he had a better chance of scaling upwards, yes. I was not super optimistic about him, but seeing how the team was playing once he got here, I was like, oh, okay, I'll give this a season and I'll see what happens. But McKenna, I've not seen anything in that Ipswich team that suggests he can take the leap up in terms of stature to a bigger club and make the immediate impact with those players. Never mind that I don't think a lot of the squad is good to begin with, and I think you kind of need a manager to overachieve with this group to get them really competitive.
If only we had a manager that could overachieve with the group.
Yeah.
Hey man,
with this specific group.
We had a couple.
If only we had something like that last season, it did the job. And we just needed it, and instead we backed him with a Conference League window instead of a Champions League.
True.
Please, honestly, we got Conference League. Please respect the Conference League window. He got the lap. That's
gonna be funny, right? It's gonna be funny if we get
high key. Podge got a better window. Podge got a better window, bro.
If we get Conference League or Europa League, and watch the windows better than last summer.
I actually really want Europa League. I'm a sicko.
Wait, what?
By the way,
you know what? To be honest, I heard a Chelsea fan say I want the Conference League again. So to be honest, I can't even be mad at that.
Europa League is our best way to actually get Champions League football.
Also, Europa League is a bunch of fixtures added to the calendar, and Thursday night football at the Bridge that I'll be able to get tickets to. That's why.
You know what? I can't, I can't wait. I can't wait for Atchipong to get 2 minutes at the end of every Europa game.
Peter,
remember schedule because I work Saturday.
Peter,
so
do you remember 2 days ago when you were on Lewis's channel? Before you came on, you know that David guy? This guy was talking about this ownership and how we've won 2 trophies in 4 years. So these people in our fan base that back this ownership, if we win the FA Cup this year and then we win Europa next year, they'll say it's 4 trophies in 6 years.
This is why you can't. This is why you have to judge trophies. You have to judge trophies on a curve. You have to. Palace. If Palace win the Conference League this year, that's a massive achievement for them. Huge. Kind of how it was when West Ham won it 3 years ago or whatever it was, right? But like Chelsea winning Conference League, when if I handed you a piece of paper and I told you to write down the names of every single team we played in that competition in 30 seconds, none of you would be able to. Like Chelsea winning it last season is not like super impressive. It's not like anything to write home about. Club World Cup, I'm actually impressed with that because we beat some like top teams in that. Right? We played some top teams, beat them. People can't really argue about it. Smoked PSG in the final. You can say it's a summer-friendly tournament, whatever you want to say. That tournament has infinite more prestige than the Europa League or the Conference League. I don't care. Like, we saw Tottenham win the Europa League in its current format. Like, that, it's not a prestigious competition. Forest are in a relegation battle, knee-deep, and they're in the quarterfinal.
Yeah.
It doesn't, like, I don't know, man. Like, but yeah, so yeah, if we won, I don't care about Europa League for, like, shamelessly winning the trophy. The only reason I care is I think I'm going to have an easier task of getting tickets to a match. That's it.
Oh my god, man. Think about the club, man. Stop thinking about yourself.
Shut up.
What's going on, man?
Think about the club. Shut up.
What is happening in the game
Hold
alone?
on. Care about the club.
What is happening in the game alone, man?
Wait, hold on.
The game alone.
Marshall.
How are you going to tell me to think
Marshall.
about the club? You rooted for Tuchel to get sacked and Maresca to get sacked.
Yeah, exactly.
That's actually true. That's actually, he got you there. He got you there.
Marshall, can you do me a favor?
Listen, we needed that to happen.
Can you play? So Mohammed just said, "Don't think about the club, not yourself." Can you play that? Can you play that clip of "Never Forget" chat Maresca out? Can you play that clip?
Don't forget chat.
Play that.
Maresca out, man. There we go.
Listen,
Got the shit on lock.
the situation was also about to get toxic under
No, Ahmed, think about the club. Why weren't you thinking about the club when you said that?
I said
Were
I
you?
was thinking about the club. Yes, I
Oh,
was.
and look at where we are.
Speaking of club, I'm gonna club.
We needed it to happen, did we?
He's gonna club you with your
Sometimes-
favorite
club
prop
you with
too.
this. Yeah.
That's a Daredevil club.
Listen, listen.
Oh, is that
I think
there?
for
Oh,
me-
No, Ahmed,
Yeah.
Ahmed, respectfully, you can't do the think about the club gimmick because you don't give a shit.
I do. Why? You can't
Which
say
is
that
fine,
to
by
me.
the way. Which
This
is
not
fine.
true. That's not
I'm
true.
not like I'm not a better person because I care more than you. That's not what it is. Your opinions on
agree.
managers are just consistently retarded and they shouldn't be taken seriously.
No,
That's
listen, what I hate
yeah, that's fine.
Oh,
That's fine.
listen,
You
you can
supported
say
Graham
that.
Potter unironically, wanted to hit Tuchel in the back with the steel chair. I remember. So like,
And
we
he
shouldn't take
deserves the
people like
steel
this
chair.
serious.
He deserves
People
the
like
steel
this
chair
should be
at the time.
discounted completely.
Two-
People like
he
this shouldn't even have a
deserved
platform to speak
Tuchel-
about things like
Listen,
this.
Tuchel
Leave
at the
stuff
end
Ahmed.
deserved
Ahmed,
the
no
steel
problem.
chair.
No
The- I
problem.
don't-
No problem. Look where we are now. No problem.
So what? What?
Simple question.
If Tuchel was
Ahmed,
here,
Ahmed,
if Tuchel was
if
here,
you
would
could
he
take
say
a
big?
pill, if you could take up a pill and rewind 4 years to
You
when
can't
our
say
accounts
that,
were
Ahmed.
frozen,
I can actually
would
say
you
that.
do it? Yes or no?
Yes, I still would do it.
Of course.
I think the issue.
Wait,
the
I
issue-
can't let you get away
the
with
issue-
that.
yes,
You
can.
literally believe that if Tuchel was here right now, we would be in the same situation.
Yes, because we
Yeah, he's an idiot. This is what I'm saying.
No
Some
chance.
people just shouldn't
No
be listening.
There's no
Yes.
way, Ahmed.
Yeah,
There's
like
no
there
way
are
you believe
certain
that.
opinions people have that they should be
You
disqualified.
are
blinded by
from
hate,
the
young man.
floor.
No,
Wait,
Casually FC chat.
Wait, hold
Casually
on,
FC chat.
hold on.
This is what
Hold on.
happens when people want to be wrong and strong. There are certain opinions that should disqualify you from certain conversations, and Ahmed just had one. So respectfully,
Ahmed.
I don't think any of
Ahmed.
us should listen to
I'm not-
anything
Ahmed.
he says for the rest of the stream pertaining to Chelsea's future and what's
Ahmed,
best for us.
Ahmed,
Because
Ahmed,
people like this
Ahmed,
just don't
Ahmed.
know.
No,
They
the
just
reason
don't
why
know
I
what
say
they
that.
want.
the
Ahmed,
re-
Ahmed, can I say something?
It
Ahmed,
is
can I
what
say
it
something?
is.
Can I say something, Ahmed? Do you mean with Tuchel, we would literally be in the same position we're in? Literally,
Fighting
No.
for top
literally
four.
the same position. Not even like 5 points better off.
We're not
We'd
fighting
be
for top
literally
four.
the same position.
we-
Literally.
What I mean is that we would probably be in a similar situation where we would be somewhere where we were with under Moscow. Yes, but why we shouldn't be kidding ourselves? No.
But we're not under Maresca now. We're under Rosinha.
No. Yeah, even under Rossini, I think the situation would remain the same as well. I'll be honest, it was still
Tuchel would
remain-
do the same as Rosinha. You're high. You're high. You're on
And the
drugs.
reason why I say that is that he was quite clear towards what was happening, at least with him, that obviously there was disconnect between him and the board at the time, right? And then there was also this thing about the players that were there and himself, right, were beefing at that point too, okay? And the thing is, yeah, Those guys.
Where they play, how they play, and if they play.
And again, as I said before, if this was continuing to happen, when it was bringing in players that clearly he didn't want it or couldn't play with, then the situation is going to remain the same, guys. He's still going to be beefing some of these players too.
This is a part, right? What were we before Tuchel came in? I hate going over this history. It really bores me. Defensively, what were we like before Tuchel came in? Defensively, what were we like?
We were terrible. We had Lampard.
Okay. What did he do? What did he do that ultimately led to his probably part of his downfall that he relied on too much? But he hid the weaknesses as much as possible. Yeah, and he moved up the positives. Now I don't know. No one's got a crystal ball. I think the players would obviously listen and have more respect for a coach like Thomas Tuchel, who's actually got a CV in the game, than someone who is nearly the same, that is just has done nothing. Is literally
he's like their colleague, he's a friend,
getting someone in from the crowd and managing for the day like Make-A-Wish. That's what it is. That's what it feels like. This Mourinho feels like a Make-A-Wish manager. We've got someone in who's just I want a chance to do this. I want a chance to do that. That's what it feels like. If you think we'd be the same under Tuchel, then that's your opinion. You can't. You're entitled to
there's just certain opinions.
Not facts. You know what I mean? You're entitled to your own opinion, not your own facts in life. Okay. I don't think we'd be the same under Tuchel, but I don't know. I can't 100% sure. But I think we wouldn't because of the way Tuchel does coach, the way he is respected more in the game, and he's able to hide more weaknesses than Rosenior. Because Rosenior is just a walking weakness anyway.
He's just a buddy. He's a pen.
Yeah, he's just a buddy. Yeah. Counsel. That's what I say.
Probably daps up the whole locker room before we get into the game.
I call Graham Potter a camp counselor because of the stuff he said in the press conferences and stuff like that. He's just the same. He's just worse. He's like not an amateur, but like a.
Rosenior invented a goalkeeper controversy for no reason.
He did.
We forget it. Actually. We forget it because Jorgensen is like mysteriously injured when he was supposed to get recalled to the team, and now is just nowhere.
I reckon
he invented a goalkeeper.
Isn't it ironic? At the same time that he got an injury, there was that report about someone leaking team lineups as well. Very coincidental.
Apparently, it wasn't a player, wasn't it? Didn't they say it was like an internal staff?
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah,
I'm sure.
I don't see. Under Rosenior, I don't think leaking team lineups matter because we play shit anyway.
Yeah. It's the same lineup pretty much, man.
Yeah, pretty much too, yeah.
As well.
No, but respectfully, why would you tell the public that you're leaking, that somebody's leaking lineups? Why would you alert people to a situation that wasn't confirmed to have existed just to then say you've dealt with the situation? That was the whole Drogba has malaria, Drogba has recovered from malaria 10 minutes later.
Was insane, by the way.
Why did we do that? But like also with like suspending Enzo, whether you agree with it or disagree with it, you don't really have to tell us that you're dealing with the situation and you're going to suspend him. You can just not put him in the team and let people ask the question when they want to ask the question. Don't proactively want to come across as disciplinarian and then lose one of those games 3-0.
But Peter, imagine you're right. I'm Rosenior, right, and you're Enzo, right. I'm going to so we're going to suspend you for 2 games. Oh, which 2 games? Man City. Oh, and then you think in your mind he's going, oh, not Man United, and Port Vale.
Who cares?
Okay,
who cares? They should have made him. If he really wanted to make a point, if he really wanted to make a point, he would have just not said anything and not had him in the team sheet.
Exactly, or even just have him on the bench and not.
You should have just had him for both United games. Basically, he would not have played it for both United games.
What were you gonna say, Chris?
No, I was gonna say. So Enzo Fernandez avoids a pointless game and a spanking.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, 2 pointless games to be honest. It's technically 2 pointless games actually.
I don't think Enzo Fernandez comes into this team.
Enzo ate a suspension. No, and now like people can disingenuously say like, oh, well, that's what Rosenior gets for suspending our captain, as if we weren't going to get like turned over with Enzo on the team anyways. Yeah. Well, now that 3-0 is not on Enzo's head at all.
Not on Enzo, yeah.
Also, this thing now that we're disciplining players, or Rosenior wants to discipline players.
It's
remember
corny.
when
Why are we
Remember when-
publicly disciplining players?
No, but still, my point is, remember when I think Neto got sent off and Rosenior was like, talking about the amount of red cards we're getting, whatever, that needs to be some punishment. The next game we had, I think, was against PSG. At the Parc des
I
Princes,
wanted
and
to
Enzo
just
played
bring
that
this up
game.
real quick. Sorry, Prime.
There was
I
no.
wanted to bring something-
I'm speaking, so no, Ahmed. There was no punishment
What are
for
you talking
Enzo
about?
for Neto for getting sent off. There's no
Yes,
repercussion.
we were never going to do that. We know.
But yeah, there's a repercussion for a guy talking about.
Yeah, because it's not from
Around the
Rosenior.
field.
We know who it's from.
We know who it's from.
That's why.
But they want to give you the illusion that Rosenior made the decision, so that's why
It was
Rosenior's coming out and
yeah, yeah.
talking
but why
about,
not
oh yeah,
ban,
we're
why
doing
not
this.
ban Cucurella as well?
I know
Yeah.
that's what I mean, and it's
What
just creating
Cucurella
unnecessary
is-
drama.
What Cucurella said was actually worse
Yeah,
than what Enzo said.
The thing
but
is,
the point
so far-
with Cucurella and RSM pointed this out. I think this is a very big
Hang on,
difference you
Marshall.
got to
Sorry,
point
Marshall.
out.
No, Marshall. I tell you what, this club is so weird. They spend him for 2 games, right? For saying he wants to basically he likes living in Madrid. That's what he said. He's one of his greatest.
Mhm.
However, in the summer of 2024, when he was part of a song about French
Oh
players,
my god,
they gave him the
Jesus.
vice captaincy.
That's the thing too. That's like, listen, me personally, if I really felt some type of way about Enzo and whatever with that interview, just strip him of the captaincy. There you go. And I think most fans would have been probably okay with that than getting him suspended for these 2 games that don't even matter. Like, it's a nothing. You just want to look like you're doing something, but in reality, it's really doing nothing.
We don't need to know in the pregame presser every time
That's
somebody's
also
being
true.
disciplined.
Just the attention.
Or
Yeah.
exactly what the problem
You
is.
don't need to bring more
I
attention
don't-
to Chelsea.
Look, run your team how you want to. Discipline your group however you see fit. I don't care,
Sure.
but you do not need to tell me about it before you're going to do it. Do not preemptively explain yourself to me. Just go win the damn games. And if somebody wants an answer, they will ask the question. At which point you can say, hey, we're handling it internally, or hey, this is what happened. I
And now
don't
he's
like
making
trying
it
to
worse,
come
coming out and
across.
saying all types of things.
They were trying to be good cop before, and now you're trying to present yourself as bad cop. Like,
Yeah.
you can't discipline your kids more strictly as they get older.
Yeah.
Generally, you start out being pretty strict, and you get more lenient with things as people age. He came in as everybody's best friend. Now he's trying to be like an authority figure, and I just don't think it works like that.
Exactly.
I'm
Doesn't
telling you,
work that way.
it's the new partner thing. You come in like being friends, trying to be friends with the kids, and then as soon as you're left for the first time babysitting the kids. You try to discipline them. You're not my dad.
Yeah.
You're not my dad.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, Rosenior's
You're not Maresca.
Bro, I'm telling you, yeah, Rosenior's a stepdad, bro. Rosenior's a stepdad. Like,
Bro.
Maresca's a dad, man.
Maresca used to tuck me into
Hey,
bed,
listen,
bro.
hey, my dad would have beaten
Rosenior, the man that stepped up and the man that aged, bro.
my dad would have been PSG. Facts.
I think I want to point out something real quickly, yeah, which is that I had a little cheeky look at the table. The gap between us in our position in 6th place and our worst ever position in the league, which is
12.
12, is 4 points. By the way,
You know what? You want to be people. Chelsea fans want to be. Chelsea fans want to actually thank Crystal Palace today because if Newcastle would have won, they would have been 1 point behind us.
literally, yes. So, but like, legit,
This could have
right
been a lot
now,
worse too.
the
Everton
gap-
and Brentford drew.
again-
We could have been in 7th or 8th place.
Yes. So again, listen, we
We
think
love
Oh, we
that.
will be
got
just
Man
next
United
month.
next
we will
Yeah,
be
yeah.
eventually, but I'm just
Eventually,
saying, man,
eventually, yeah.
that gap is quite small right now, man.
Yeah, like we're as close to 12th as we are to 5th. Which,
Yeah.
like, 5th place being seen as some like promised land oasis is super nasty, anyways. Like, I think these charity Champions League spots are disgusting and need to be abolished. The fact that I had to watch Newcastle in the Champions League because they finished 5th.
There's
is
reality.
nasty.
Sunderland could be in the Champions League, by the way. 'Cause
Nah,
that's-
Sunderland.
That's how crazy it is right now.
I
mean,
don't
they
think so. It's not
could.
gonna happen, but yeah.
The points cap.
Like,
is
I
bad,
Can
though.
you
don't
imagine
know,
that, bro? Promoted and into the Champions League within the same
Bro,
year.
when 30% of the league gets in, why not?
That
So
is
it's
mad,
also
man.
it's also a point. It's also a point, right? That when you make a change in your manager. Now, when I say this next team that made a change in the manager, they only play once a week, so they have more time and stuff like that, right?
Sure.
But you're supposed to see an uptake, right? The fact that tomorrow, when United beat Leeds, they'll go 10 points in front of us, right? 10 points in front of us. I think we were ahead of them when they hired Carrick. Am I right? When they hired Carrick,
Yes.
we were ahead of them.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So the fact that
Yes.
they can go 10 points and actually come to Stamford Bridge next week and not even have to win. They don't even have to win next week at Stamford Bridge to keep the points difference. But when Michael Carrick comes in and that's the type of respect, because he played for that club. He's a winning manager of that club. I'm not saying we need to bring a Lampard type situation, but at least he had something there. He might not have a big managerial, he did okay at Middlesbrough, but he's revered at that club.
He got
He's one
them
of
into the
great
playoffs,
players.
right?
Yeah, but what I'm saying is he's
Hey
revered
man,
at
that's
that
a better
club.
resume to me than Rossini.
Right, but he's
Yeah.
revered at Manchester United because he was a great player who won many things. Right, I know
Yeah,
people go, "Well, we tried to hire Lampard," but I don't
You're
think
ignoring the other end of the equation. Everybody in the team hated the other guy.
they did. Yes,
They're like winning off pure spite and vibes now.
Yeah.
Like everybody obviously hated Amarim.
hated wing back system.
Like whether that's fair or not, like you can feel a type of way about it. Like, but you had wingers playing as wing backs. You had Bruno Fernandes playing in a pivot instead of playing as a 10. Like it was just not
never
it.
in my days
So
thought
as
I would
soon
see
as
Bruno
he left, you're like,
in
oh my
six.
god, we're free.
Yeah.
Like
And then
Yeah,
someone said
imagine
it in the
playing
chat.
players
It's
in that
right.
position.
Someone said in the chat is right. Carrick also brought with him experienced coaches. Steve Holland was a
True.
great assistant at Chelsea. Was good
Yes.
at England, but
Mhm.
has a name in the game and probably it's very good. I don't even know. I don't even know who they promoted that guy who took us over for 2 games. As
McFarlane.
part of his, as part of his thing. But I
Yeah.
don't know anything, any other thing. Do you know what I mean? It's just
You know,
he can't. Like I said, there's
so
nothing. There's no
mediocre.
difference from literally.
So mediocre.
There's no difference from us holding a competition like who's on it, like called who's Chelsea's next manager for like 6 weeks and picking up some random, that guy who managed in the French league, who was like a football manager thing, content creator, has more
Will
probably
Steele.
experience. Yeah, has more experience than flipping Liam Rossini. You know what I mean? We just
Different. Rossini
like
was.
being, it's like if we had an army and Ahmed was our leader. We'd die.
even
We'd just die.
Sure.
This is not
Surfer,
true.
do you know?
It is true, bro.
Surfer, do you know Rossini
I'll let you die
was?
first on purpose, actually.
Sorry, Prime.
Surfer, do you know Rossini
Bridge
was?
nation, but every nation has failed. Aye, man.
Do you know? Do you know Rossini was assistant manager to Rooney at Derby?
Wayne Rooney.
He was crap at Derby. Wayne Rooney as well.
Mhm.
because he got his job. He finished his career at Derby, right?
I think so.
I
Yeah.
believe so, yeah.
As a
Oh,
player.
wait. Who is Will still manager of? Is Southampton?
Not anymore. I was just
Not
about to
anymore.
make this point. He got fired in November.
Yeah.
Southampton are unbeaten under Tondereka, who worked under Nagelsmann for Germany's setup.
They smashed Wrexham the other night. Smashed them.
So
Yes.
where is he now?
Will Still's unemployed.
Yeah, he's unemployed.
They said, you have to go. And so Tondereka, when he took over, they were in 16th. I think
Yeah.
currently they're like 2 points
Fifth?
off of 3rd place.
Yeah.
Because I think Millwall drew with West Brom. I think Borough lost at home to Portsmouth, it might have been. And then
But it's like-
Southampton won at home against Derby, actually.
I think
Yeah,
most
so they're like
most managers-
19 unbeaten in all comps.
most managers team have an uptick. Even the Wolves guy who came in, like if Rossini went to Wolves, there's no way Wolves come back from 2-0 down against Arsenal. It just doesn't happen. They probably lose like 5 or 6-0.
Wolves have
Yeah,
10
but-
points in their last 11 games.
Exactly.
They're
There's no
still
way that-
deep last place. They're still obviously going to get relegated. But like, you can't argue that there wasn't a bounce at some point in their season. You just can't get 3 points from 19 and expect
Yes.
to stay in the league.
Exactly.
The thing-
And also, it's like there's no way Rossini that born for a result against Arsenal. There's no way Rossini gets a result against Arsenal like that. It just doesn't happen. Do you know what I mean? It just doesn't happen. He just comes across, and I don't blame him for taking the job because you're always going to take the job.
Yeah,
I don't really
So-
think he had a choice to take the job.
Right,
Because
but I think
they
you're
were going to
so-
replace him at
Yeah. I
Strasbourg
think he's-
regardless.
I think he's so grossly unqualified. It's like sticking a part-time minicab driver as Ferrari team principal. Do you know what I mean? That's the F1. That's what it's like, yeah. It's like sticking. It's like, yeah. Honestly, it's like sticking a hockey coach at the Olympics for an NHL team. Do you know what I mean? It's just like that. It just doesn't make any sense.
No, I told you, dude. It's like it's Mighty Ducks, bro.
It's weird. But it's weird. It's weird with it's weird with Racina because I think he was like
he's not Gordon Bombay.
He won 6 out of his last 7 games of his first 7 games.
I don't care.
Wait. I know he's rubbish, but I think the context I'm bringing up is that if you look at that little Linsanity run, yeah, it was a lot.
Don't even say Linsanity. You're dissing Linsanity.
Respect Linsanity, yeah, bro.
Don't even say Linsanity.
Look at the teams we were playing compared to the caliber of teams.
A lot of it, a lot of it we were playing was like FA Cup teams. You had like a few FA Cup teams actually.
So his first game,
extra time with Wrexham.
I remember that one. Yeah.
Well, so his first game was against Charlton, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I don't have the championship table in front of me, but I would guess Charlton are either 18th or 19th place, like right above Blackburn. Yeah. So his first game was Charlton. FC. His second game was, I think Blackburn are like a point below them, something like that.
Yeah, they are.
See, real ball knowers. So Charlton. Then we played Brentford. And I was there. I don't know how we didn't concede. I don't know how we won that. And then midweek we played Paphos. That was the shittest game I've ever seen. Stood in the rain for a half.
Marshall was enjoying that game, wasn't he?
It was terrible.
Paphos?
Yes.
Yeah, it was horrible.
Soul crushing. That game was actually soul crushing. But we won.
I was there.
Yeah,
we won, but it was horrible.
We won, but it was terrible. But again, Charlton
missed the open
Brentford,
net. I was on my knees.
Fair enough, got a lucky win. Paphos. Then we beat Palace when Glasner was basically begging to be sacked.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. He was like, "Hey, fuck these guys." And
he was on his knees, bro.
We're not.
And Mateta as well. No, Mateta too.
In that game, we should have gone. In that game, we should have gone 1-0 down because Paddy Shield gave away the ball to Mateta, so we should have gone 1-0 down in that game.
That's right.
Saved his ass.
Yeah. So we beat Palace. And then, we played West Ham at home next? Is there a game in between those?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. No, we played Napoli. We played Napoli. We played Napoli. And
Napoli, then West Ham.
We tried to let Conte smoke us, and then we remembered this is a European competition, so this is impossible. So we leaned forward in the chair and said we must beat them. And then so we did.
We leaned forward.
And then we played West Ham, and we're 2-0 down at home. So this is like what, his 6th match?
Yep.
And we had clean sheets in 2 of them. Conceding to Charlton is disgusting because they can hardly score in the championship. But we were conceding to Napoli, conceded 2 to West Ham. Then we had Burnley and Leeds. Yep. I don't remember the order of those games, but Leeds. I know we were 2-0 up in each, and then we drew 2-2.
Yep.
And then we finally lost to Arsenal, and everybody was mad. We beat Villa, and then we've lost every game since, right?
Pretty much.
Whoa.
Pretty much,
yeah.
Ignoring the FA Cup result.
Yeah.
It's a good thing to point out. He also had that. Jao Pedro decided, I'm gonna play really for a few games also in that period of time. And he was scoring
Ahmed.
every game.
His results are carried by João Pedro contributions are just match-winning goals. We don't win at Napoli and qualify for the top 6 without João Pedro. We don't come back.
We beat Wolves in that time as well, didn't we?
Yeah, we don't come back versus West Ham without João Pedro. Yeah, Wolves gave us 2 penalties for pushing guys in the back. For
they're both from Pedro. Pedro got both.
Well, yeah, both of them were João Pedro.
Wolves we watched Wolves self-sabotage in the first half. I was like, wait, these are the dumbest penalties I've ever seen. I can't believe the coach has to still work with these guys. This is crazy.
Remember, you had to bring João Pedro on against Wrexham. He scored the 4th goal.
Yeah. The results are carried by João Pedro influence, and the moment João Pedro went off a little bit of form, our results completely died.
You know what? Can I just say quickly? Sorry, I wanted to.
I was going to ask you a question, actually.
Okay, ask me first. Actually, go ahead.
Well, what I was going to ask you, because I find it really funny that there's a lot of people saying we're senior out, we don't know who the next option is. And I mean, maybe you
We'll
can make
never
the
learn,
argument
man.
Gary's better, but listen. Last time they said Maresca out, we got worse. Now they're saying Blueco out. Who knows what could happen after that? But my point being, surely you believe that
Don't call him
at this
Shirley,
point of the
for
season,
example.
if we had just held on to Maresca, we'd be better off than where we are right now. Surely you believe
He
that.
doesn't think we're better under Tuchel. Of course, he's not going to say we're better under Maresca.
I think it would probably be a lot more competitive right now. I'll be honest with you. It'd be probably be
How does
4th, 5th, and 6th.
Would have been probably, not probably. We would have been, not probably.
The reason why I say
I mean,
don't
let's
know,
not forget,
because-
Maresca was in bad
because-
form. He was
No,
one win
because
and
the
9
reason
or
why I
whatever
also
the fuck.
say that, I think I say probably.
We also got manager of the month in November.
Yeah, that's
the
true.
only reason why I say that is because I don't know, because I think at least with Maresca, it seems that the bad vibes hadn't kicked in yet. You know what I mean? He was still there were still good vibes available for the season. So I feel like genuinely,
This is the level of analysis we're supposed to respect.
This
by the
is
way.
extraordinary, right? This is extraordinary, right?
I get what
you
you're
guys
saying.
know I
I
hate
get what you're
Maresca, by the way. And
Hang on.
I'm being positive.
Hang on.
I'm
Do
saying
you not see how weird your logic is, right? Under Maresca, you ask you the same question. Under Maresca, I don't know. But under Tuchel, no, we'd be worse.
The reason why I say that no, it's very easy. It's very easy though. No. It's very easy. I think I've said this on this channel before. Marshall can attest this to me. Even you can attest to me so far. I do not deny that Tuchel tactically is a great manager. There's no denying that from my perspective. But my thing is more so the management stuff. Yeah, it was clearly withering at that point with him, right? I don't know who that is, but
Not
Landing
me.
an airplane.
That's not me.
that's not me definitely. Like, I'm in my house, man. The helipad's not gone off yet.
Chris, are planes flying above Wales?
That's your logic going off a cliff. That's what's down in your logic right there.
My
Down your logic dive bombing into the ocean. That's what your
the
logic
issue
is.
of Tuchel was management, bro. Towards the end, he literally went into the dressing room and said, "Who's with me? Who's against me?" Half those guys didn't get sold. We would have gone through a season where essentially we would have been having beef between half the squad and Tuchel, who he had to play, and we were seeing that we were losing games because of that too, to an extent, right? And then what? We go to January, we buy almost 30 more new players. Okay.
Okay, wait, Ahmed, I have a question. I have a question for you. Sorry, don't we already? It seems like based on reports during the break, it seems like almost half the starting squad already hates Rossinier. Anyways, we got Cucurella basically calling him an idiot. Enzo's saying what the fuck are you doing to the club after Maresca left. We know Palmer's not probably happy with this shit. Caicedo's probably not happy because he's leaving him in a fucking island again. Because you can see there's a correlation and causation with Caicedo's form dropping off a cliff with this new formation the second Maresca becomes manager, right? You know how I can tell you was a better manager with big teams, and I would have had Kevin McFarlane, man. He got me a draw against City. You know what? I would have kept Kevin McFarlane than this PE teacher.
I don't disagree, CB. I'm not saying Rossini is a good manager, by the way. I'm not even talking about it. They're just asking me if they feel like if Tuchel was in this position. I think my issue with Tuchel is a management problem. It was even when he went to Bayern, the management issue followed him to that club too. Okay.
Yeah,
so
but isn't Rossinier dealing with the man management issue too because of how shit we're playing? And now the players are like, we're playing like shit.
You know we haven't had a red card in 8 games.
Last season.
Well, shut up to us, man.
You know we haven't had a red card in 8 games.
I mean,
Yeah, man, because the vibes are better.
No, we can't even. Before, like at the first part of the season, we could blame our bad results on people getting stupid reds.
Yeah.
Now we're not getting stupid reds. We're just losing 3-0.
Or
Well,
Peter.
The issue is the Reds were mostly under Maresca, where the players were shooting themselves in the foot. But the manager was setting them up well, and then the players were shooting themselves.
They were too high.
Wait, Peter, I have a question.
In this case, now
that's the
the
point that I'm
manager
making. Now
is
we're
just
just
not
getting
doing
cooked.
enough. So
Now we're
No,
just
but
getting
Peter,
cooked.
do you think it's because Rossiniers man aging them? You know, saying they're aging, man. The men are aging into not getting reds. Let's go, man. Shout out to Rossinier, man.
If I had to be honest with why I think we're getting less reds, it's because I think we're tackling people less. because we're more disorganized.
Yep.
Yeah, no, there's no hype.
People just run past us now. We don't even get close.
But there's no energy either. There's no energy, bro. The way some of these guys.
No, but Peter, why does anyone in the midfield need to tackle when you just leave one midfielder in the middle and then the rest of the team can just bypass the midfield? You know what I'm saying? Why need to tackle when you just leave one midfielder on an island? You know what I'm saying? Just pass around them.
I wish, like, I don't know, dude. Give me a red or like a reason to like lie to myself as to why we lost. Now we're just holding 3-0 at home, 11v11. Like this shit doesn't matter.
Yes,
bro.
I think it's not a manage thing. He is Benjamin Buttoning the player's talent. That's what he's doing right there.
That's what I said. Like we could go to discussions of every single individual player, but when the entire squad is looking worse, that's on the manager.
Wait, Surfer, are you telling me he's the basketball from Space Jam? He's just taking away all the powers slowly.
Does anybody bar João Pedro look better in this stint of the season compared to when they were under Maresca?
Hold on. And my only issue is I could say, but there's the thing. Hold up.
Does Hato look better?
No. But this is my question. I was
He's
just
playing
better, or is he just playing more? Or is he
Yeah.
just playing? Yeah, like
Okay, sure. When's the last Jarrell, Hato, and the team clean sheet we have?
Pavel, you can't say Pavel.
Yo, that's not
Okay,
fair on
if you
him,
wanna
bro.
say-
That's not fair on him, though. Come on, bro. That's not fair on him.
No,
Because like,
why is it?
No, we're not saying we're not blaming the player. We're blaming the manager.
No, because like I feel like with the clean sheet thing, yeah, we need to also look at the guy he's next to as well. Like Fafana's just dropped off a cliff. Tosin is
What do you mean dropped off a cliff? He's been shit for the past year and a half. What do you mean dropped off a cliff?
Listen, I agree with that too.
Ahmed. We were bad defensively under Maresca, right? We weren't that very good. He's made us worse. We're worse.
I saw a stat. Was like what,
That's the
13 goals in
point.
6 games.
No, I just remembered.
It's like.
I just remembered we tried to do wingback gimmick at Wrexham. Yeah.
No,
get him
but
out.
it's like this, Ahmed. It's like
Get him
somehow you've had the misfortune of stepping in dog shit, right? And then the same dog's come along and crapped in your shoe. That's what's happened with Rosenia, right? That's what's happened. We were shit anyway in defensive or not that good, and Rosenia's went, hold my beer. I'm more tactically inept, and I'll make you look worse.
That's the part that annoys me, Surfer, is the fact that not only is it's the double whammy, and I forget. I think Lampard had this similar attitude when he was at Chelsea, where you're inexperienced as a coach, and not only are you inexperienced, you're so arrogant that you think your way is the way. Like, this guy does not want to sacrifice the way he wants to play to get results. He really just wants to play the way he wants to play, even at the detriment of the players midway through the season. Or
at least with Frank in that 1920, at least Frank was playing the young players. As much as I like knowing.
No.
Hold on.
No.
Let me just finish and like line through what I'm saying.
Went to AC Milan because of
the Tommy, like the Tommy and Mount and stuff. At least he was like going through and playing them. As much as I didn't like it and it was annoying me because I would have liked us to use the experience more. When it got to the run into the end of the season and we needed to get top 4, Frank went back and used Jorginho and Giroud and he stuck with them and they got us what we needed. At least Frank knew at the end that he had to just do what was needed to just get the job done.
Yeah.
That's what
He's not
he
doing
doesn't.
that.
And he doesn't have the only like I was about to say that Frank went back about halfway through the season. The only young player he consistently played was Mason Mount. Like the entire season, right? He went back to the big signings and the especially during the COVID thing, like the Willian stuff and everything like that. But even him, like, because I saw some disastrous defensive performances under Frank Lampard. I mean, the 3-0 away to Sheffield United just comes out, just is on top of my mind. The 4-0, the only guy to get praised for a 4-0 loss on the opening day of the season, away to Manchester United, but somehow he gets praised for it and everything like that. But Rosenia, at least with Lampard, I could see some type of style of play.
Lampard was also chopping and changing formation and desperately trying to string together results. We started in a 4-2-3-1. We went to a 3-4-3 around Christmas time because we were like randomly using Lamptey as a wingback. Marshall's looking at me like,
no. Look at the comment. The comment.
I mean,
I'm not
Sure, but
considering
like
this.
none of those players are gonna go.
They need to
I
play
think-
well to
Tosin
get into
and
the World
Badia.
Cup team.
Wait.
I think
No,
Tosin
no,
and
no,
Badia
guys,
I
seal
think
for
it's
World
very
Cup.
clearly
This is-
ironic.
Tosin and Delap.
It's very clearly ironic.
Rage
You're
bait.
falling
You're
for
saying,
bait,
Pete, my bad.
obvious bait,
This is
least
very,
obvious
this
bait
is rage
ever.
bait. We must be better. Anyways,
Sorry,
we
that's
started
my
in a 4-2-3-1.
It's the Liam Rosenior type
3-4-3.
message.
Project Restart. Lampard played a 4-3-3 in bigger games like against City and Liverpool. He did a 3-4-3 for the last few games. Like we used like 3 or 4 different setups throughout the season. And you can say, yeah, we still leaked goals, so it didn't really work big picture. And like I would agree with that. But Lampard was clearly trying to adapt to something and was trying to find something. Our team now, it looks like football just happens to us. It's not like we're playing. It's like, well, they were on the pitch and there were 90 minutes.
This is a prime
played.
example of what Pete was saying. Football just happens to us.
Yeah, we're just there and things happen and we're like, oh,
Just
shit.
watching Turkey.
To add to like
Hato
Peter's
misses.
point, to add to Peter's point, if you look at under
Esteban
Lampard,
misses.
under Lampard, we had Pulisic, right? Pulisic, I think that's what Pulisic's first season, right? In the club. Like, luckily for him, Pulisic just came into like a extremely red hot form, which literally was the thing that
He
pushed
did a
us
João
in.
Pedro type of
Yeah,
form.
literally, yeah. And like this, just wanted to counter Prime's point a little bit. Yeah, Lampard is the reason why we don't have Tomori and Gurley at this football club, by the way. Okay.
Yeah, I know. I'm not. Wait, but Ahmed, I'm not backing Lampard.
Fofana, what the fuck, dude?
No, nobody's backing his decisions.
Yeah.
We're just saying at least like when we had that inexperienced coach, he was. I think Lampard was chopping and changing too much too quickly, so we could never establish like rhythm between players.
I mean,
now
I agree with that, but at least Lampard was actively trying to do
yes,
something.
now it's like Rosenior's like,
is-
oh, this is gonna work, and it's like, well, not only is it not gonna work, it's just gonna get worse. Like,
bro,
I feel like Rosenior goes out there thinking it can't be worse this week, and then it's worse.
Bro, we brought back a center back for Rosenior in Mamadou Sarr. This guy's not starting games at all.
He hasn't played him since PSG.
Him and a Chempo barely start games together.
Wait, no. Speaking, I want to speak on Achipong for a second.
Sarr have to do to get a
no,
game?
But even forget Achipong. Mamadou Sarr is your guy. Forget Achipong not playing. That's a situation altogether. Mamadou Sarr is your guy. Mamadou Sarr should be playing. You brought him back for
Didn't even play him against Port Vale.
Dude, the same situation last season.
And you also have the excuse of Chalobah's injured now, so there's even more of a reason for him to be starting.
And you could say no, Prime, and to add to that, you could say he was in high confidence after literally winning man of the match for Senegal at AFCON.
Yeah. How is his first start that's not in the FA Cup and against PSG in the second leg at right back? Why is that his first start?
And if you're talking about Josh, these are the reports where he's untouchable, and we just gave him basically like 8 at a time in 3 minutes in regulation. Like, are you kidding me? For an quote unquote untouchable player?
But this is like again,
like I can see why Josh's dad is popping off because what the fuck? I honestly leave our club. Bro, honestly, for your career, leave our club.
CP, I don't know if you saw this because you're not on Twitter, but like,
thank God.
It's yeah, thank God. But like, it's literally all the criticism that like Scott, me, and a few of us on the panel have been lambasting about this ownership about. Is there was a report the other day from I think it was Roma, right wherever Cassidy went, where the owner came out and said you can tell Cassidy is underdeveloped. Yeah, his move to Chelsea hurt his career. He needs to catch up. We're doing the same thing to Achinbong. I promise you, we're doing.
No, but you know, and if you want to talk about contradiction from this club and Rossinier, I saw quotes today being like, "Oh, we're already game planning for the summer," and they're talking about physicality. But we're fucking gonna get Valentino Barco, who's 5'6". What the fuck are we doing in the midfield? We're literally. Like we have a physicality issue that apparently we're game planning for, so we're gonna get a 5'6" ginger Argentinian in the midfield for that.
Yeah, fuck it, man.
What the fuck? And then, guys, we're gonna get an experienced player. The way this club is gaslighting me, the experienced player being Darwin Núñez. Yeah, fuck off. Fuck right off. Don't give me this nonsense of he's a Premier League winner nonsense, bro.
mean,
I
he is.
cannot do this. I cannot deal with this.
Factually, he is.
This is why you guys.
I know, Peter. I know.
Oh, blue
You guys
call
have got
out.
to realize this, that we
By the
are
way.
the 2026 version of the 2006 Arsenal team
Yeah.
without moving to a big stadium and having
No, but
we had to pay for the same because they went from physical giants to weak hobbits in their squad, and that's why when we went for the giant players physical, that's why we battered them for 15 years.
Balak and all that. Yeah.
We are going back there. That's why when people go, oh, I think they're going to change, then why announce Barco right after 15 minutes after you say you're going to buy like emotionally strong physical players or players that are ready to go or something like that? Because it doesn't make any sense. That's why you shouldn't pay attention to what they say, because it's all shit. It's all horse shit, right? Last summer with Xavi Simons and then Fermin Lopez for 30 million, like we were going to buy a Barcelona starter who's in their team for 30 million. Are you out of your fucking mind? Right there, we're going to buy it. Oh, Xavi Simons, only to get bonus notches on loan.
Yeah, and Ryan Cherky, who's balling out for City, only cost them 25 million, by the way.
And when they go, when they spend 90 plus million on Garnacho and Gittins, and then say, the left wing market wasn't that good. When Semenyo you could have bought and he would have joined for 60 million, and he's only on 150k at City, so you could have actually bought Semenyo for that money. So don't tell me the left wing market. He's on 150k. Yeah, that's all he's on. But don't tell me the left wing market was dead when that player was there with a release clause and would have joined us. He would have joined us, guys. He would have.
No, but sir, to add to that point, I'm saying a player who got it on a great assist today, and Ryan Cherky was only 25 million for Man City, under the age profile, can play the wing position and right wing, right mid, and Cam.
Right, no, but
and from Lyon, so he's played with Gusto. We've scouted that club.
It wouldn't be on that big wages either, right? But somehow we weren't linked, not even linked to him. All this when they came in, when they started doing this model from January 23 onwards, we're going to buy the best young players. Oh crap! They've never bought the best. A few have maybe. I can't even think of Esteval's still Esteval's still a question mark for me because he's not. You know what I mean? He's only just started. There's not been a player they bought, a young player, where you've gone, they got it spot on there. Yeah. Right? Maybe Palmer in his first season, but he's tailed off. Yeah. That's it. Do you know what I mean? None.
And Surfer, even I'll be honest, we're a worse version of that Arsenal side because you could say they had technical players in Nasri and Fabregas and all these people, right? Jack Wilshere, if you want a standpoint. We're not even doing that. Like, we're not getting even the best technical young players. No, we're not even getting the best technical young wingers. Even
no, we're not getting the best.
Like we should have got Ndai instead of Garnacho and these man. We should have got Cherky instead of
There's so many
Buenos Noches. Like, what are we doing?
You go for every single club. We're supposed to have the best of the best scouting and have the best network. And how come I get like Palace and Bournemouth getting better players than us? How does that make any sense in this world that they're able to do that? People, I know, one excuse of, but it's Chelsea. They'll charge a premium. We fucking pay 50 million for like 17-year-olds. Who cares?
We're linking with one from Germany anyways right now who's 6 foot.
Exactly.
The thing is, I think we've discussed this quite often on this channel. What they've been trying to do now, instead of trying to go for the bigger young talents that are basically out there and available, because they cost like quite a bit of money now, and you've got other clubs that can compete with you. They're now going the level below that. You know, this is the FM deep dive save, as I like to call it. Where you're looking for real pre-analytical statistics, and looking, if this guy, if you can get him a little bit here, there, a little bit of work.
Don't tell your mouthpieces. That's what they should. Don't tell your mouthpieces to say we're going to get the best of the best, which is not true. I
agree.
It's not true. There's some. They weren't even like the best of the best. We don't know how they would have turned out if they came to us, right? It's a different level of pressure. Course. But you get like you say, someone said it, Ndai. You've got Lacroix. You've got others that have popped up where you go like that Mateus who's now playing for West Ham. You go, what's going on here? We're supposed to have the best. You guys got 6-year contract extensions. You've got all this like networking and stuff like that. What's going on here? What? Who are you? What are you actually doing? Do you know what I mean? When you like sit there and you pay 40 million for a scrub Nacho, do you know what I mean? And then you pay 50 million, 55 million for Gittins, that you went back and overpaid for him. Do you know what I mean? It's just, you cannot sit there and tell us, oh, we're definitely going to go for this, and this player, when your track record looks like a grocery list from a dumpster sale. That's what it looks like.
And Surfer, to add to that with the Gittins situation, remember how they were like, we're not gonna overpay on players and so forth, and that's why we didn't go for Mike Magnan for 5 million more this summer, by the way. But then we decided to pay 15 million more than when we initially bid, because we bid like 40 million. We bid 15 million more for for Gittins and fell for their demands, than rather pay the 5 million more for Mike Magnan.
It's not even that. If you take that 55 million, you take that 55 million and just have £5-7 million more, you get Semenyo.
Yeah,
Semenyo had a release clause inserted.
No, by the way, and these guys, hold on. Remember, these guys like, oh, we don't want to pay the wages that Ulysses asked for, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
He's only on 150.
And we get. The thing is, we give those wages to players like Gittins, Garnacho, and Neto. So what's the point? Anyway, we just spend the same amount in wages on a worse quantity of players.
When Semenyo was bought by Bournemouth on that initial contract, he was only making like 30 grand a week. He signed that bumper deal in the summer with a release clause inserted specifically because they knew they were fielding bids because Bournemouth was selling everybody in the summer. And the manager wanted to keep him for a little bit, right? The only reason he was valued at 65 mil is because that's where the release clause was set. They were asking for 50, 55 from Tottenham last summer. Tottenham didn't want to pay. They wanted to go with Xavi Simons for whatever reason. We absolutely could have went and got Semenyo in the Bournemouth fire sale if they wanted to.
Yep.
But then we got Garnacho and Gittins instead. So it is what it is, man.
This conversation is just genuinely depressing me. Just I'm hearing all these what ifs and could. It's like, God damn it, man.
No, but
this is why, like I say, CP. I don't think the model is necessarily flawed.
No.
It's who are you getting for the
model?
No,
it is flawed. It is flawed because you don't get these players even if you scout them. So it's flawed.
Marshall,
it's awful.
Marshall, you're not shopping top shelf because you're not willing to dedicate top shelf wages to the talent.
Exactly.
You're always going to be.
It's like no, Marshall. You know what you're doing. You know what you're doing.
Top shelf wages over.
No, Marshall. I'll tell you what we're doing.
No, Semenyo's not, but Elise at Bayern Munich.
Semenyo's not on top shelf, but he's on 150.
No, Semenyo isn't. They'd be able to.
Marshall, can I tell you what we're doing? Can I tell you what we're basically doing?
Elise went to Bayern because of the wages.
Sorry, I'll wait.
Right, CP and then Prime, real quick. Just
okay. So what we're basically doing is like we're going shopping on Amazon and just adding shit to shopping cart and never fucking cashing in. Who cares if it's in the shopping cart? Fucking cash in. Who gives a fuck if it's in your shopping cart? That doesn't mean you bought it, right? And the second thing I want to say, me and we were having a conversation about this on Discord after the game. I told you, like I was saying our club is dead. You keep on talking when we talked about. I think JC was saying, "Hey, let's fire the manager and try to make a cup run or something," right? And you're like, "Hey, I don't care about winning the FA Cup. Like, I want to do better in the league or whatever it is."
No,
I'm like,
just saying, I'm not going to sack a manager to try to attempt to
win a cup, right? But I'm like, I get you, but also, what are we gonna do? Our club is dead. The club that we knew, because you're like, because you're saying, hey, this is Chelsea. I have high expectations in just the FA Cup, but the club we knew died when this ownership bought it. It's you know what we are? It is legit 2006 onwards Arsenal. The Arsenal fans knew, like Turkish and the big content creators with standards knew about the winning Arsenal, the invincible Arsenal, right? And then when they started going for the Hobbits, like we are, that's when they stopped winning major trophies and just won FA Cups. And we're going for Hobbits and trying to just win FA Cups right now and care about cups because we can't win leagues or Champions Leagues. We're literally copy and paste worst version of Arsenal because at least they had Nasri's and Fabregas's. We don't even have that.
FA Cup and Carabao Cup when you know you're not good enough to win the other shit.
Yep.
Plus, if you done a window this last window, and or a couple of windows ago, and just bought say, Van Heck, Lacroix, Ndai, and Semenyo, then that comment you just fucked before about not getting the wages, those players would automatically would boost our players. Well, I don't know if we'd win the league, but we automatically get into top 4 and stay there and be comfortable, right? And then you trap more players, and stuff like that. We don't. All the players are question marks. They're question marks. So why would a top player go, you know what? I don't know, because I might waste 2 years of my career here. Do you know what I mean? That's the problem that you have. It's not like, oh, they do pay wages and stuff like that. It's because the players that they're coming into, it's not a good group. It's not a winning group. Do you know what I mean? It's all like, oh, maybes and stuff like that, or just not good enough. You know, it's simple. Yeah. It's very simple. You could have done. Like, it's not very hard, right? It's not very, like, why didn't we sign Lemans? Manchester United signed Lemans. Why didn't we sign Roof from Sunderland? Why did we sign Roof? Sunderland signed Roof. How come they are scouting getting those players? Man, it's a shithole. They've been shared for like 13 years. But look at the difference. They signed Lemans, and it's made a huge difference.
True.
A huge difference to them when they've got a competent goalkeeper. They've got people like Harry Maguire playing well and stuff like that. They've got who's that guy who played at left back who's now injured? The black guy, the Austrian guy.
Dorgu, yeah,
he was
Dorgu.
Crap. He was shit under Amorim. Shit.
He was.
And then he's popping up. He's popping
so
up.
You can't make fullbacks wingbacks.
Bangers.
Yeah.
But he's popping up with bangers and stuff like that. It's just, if you do that, you don't have to buy always like people think of elite, world class players. They don't have to be all elite and world class. They can be good. If you put, I tell you what, in the start, if you put Senesi and Van Heck partnership in there right now, we are in the top 4 race. They're like really in the top 4 race. Do you know what I mean?
Probably.
We are in the top 4 race, even if you've got that fucking that shit goalie behind you and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? We're in there because immediately you've got 2 centre backs who know what they're fucking doing and can probably organise the back. Do you know, go there. You're on him, stuff like that. But no, we don't. It's all filled. They're just headless chickens. That's what they are. They're just headless chickens in there. No sense of direction whatsoever. I'll go there. Like a school of fish when like predators are surrounding, like giant whales are surrounding like their krill or something. Do you know what I mean? Just like in always position. But it's so basic. It could be so. Yeah. It was just good scouting. It's just actually people who know what they're doing.
And so for
how come Brighton? We took their scout or head whatever. We took all of Brighton's stuff. They got better. They're still getting good players. They're still getting good players. It doesn't make any. We took all their stuff. They're still getting good players. Mad.
Well, it's because they're using their owner's actual analytics, because his business is based on the analytics, Tony Bloom. So if you're not taking the guy who created it all, which is the owner himself, you're not really doing. You're just getting the side pieces, right? And on top of that,
we're using the software, not the software itself, bro.
Yeah, and on top of that, when you're talking about top players, right? So even when Arsenal, when we're doing these Arsenal comparisons, when they got players like Ozil at times or Alexis Sanchez, the way they got them is not because they were winning leagues. Is they were, at least when these players were moving from big clubs like Real Madrid and Barcelona's, is they would pay this ridiculous wage demands they needed to pay at 250K and then bump it up a couple of years later to 350K to get these top players. We're not going to do that because it ruins our wage budget. We're not going to do anything over 200K unless it's like a Reece James and then we renegotiated that to like a 200. So that's how. So even if we were hovering top 4, top 6 side, we can attract big players because we're not even if they're looking to leave, we don't have anything to attract them, and we don't even have the money to attract them. So we have nothing to attract big players from joining us.
Before I let Prime go, I just want to remind chat that if you're still here, be sure to smash up the like button. Helps out the channel tremendously, and subscribe to the channel if you're new. But Prime, you were gonna say something as well.
I mean, to be fair, you guys all spoke for 10 minutes and I went away from the point. But with in terms of the players and stuff that being Ahmed, instead of being linked to like some of these top players, people will complain about us not signing said players. But when we're also linked to them, people will say we don't need them because certain players in this team are also better than them. So also it's like certain people in this fan base can be complaining when you endorse the bullshit this ownership does.
You know, can I want
support
to
you.
very quickly. Are you sorry?
What?
Sorry, I thought you
can't-
stopped.
you can-
Brian.
No, I haven't. You can't you can't complain when we're doing bad in the season, but you support us doing this bullshit back in the summer. People saying, "Oh, let's not sign Olise or Oshiman or whatever because they're not worth the wages." Oh, we shouldn't have to pay 18 mil for Magnon. Let's argue it down because he's not worth the price. Oh, players that we have are better. We don't need to buy anyone else. Or like, and then you talk about how good our squad is and how great everything is. And when we start doing bad, then you now want to complain and blame the ownership. Can't blame the ownership when it's bad, when you back what they're doing in the summer. And it's going to be the same thing that happens this summer. We'll sign Rodgers, Barco will come in, what's his name will be recalled, Omega, etc. It'll be the same type of window as previous 2 summers. People will back the window and talk about how it's amazing and how we can maybe push for something. And McKenna, the patterns he has, he's a great coach, and maybe we could. And then when it falls apart again, they'll start complaining and start blaming the ownership. No, don't just complain when it's bad, because it's quite obvious, even in the summer, that it's not good enough.
That's the thing with the protests too. I was worried that if we actually got a result today, people wouldn't show up to the protest.
The protest. People, I'm going to that next week. People will go to the protest, but the same people who are outside complaining, you'll go to the game, scan your tickets, you'll be paying for the merch inside or buying food and all that shit. So you're still giving money back to this ownership. You're still
anybody who does that, Ahmed said he himself will call you unique. So just you're aware of that.
Yeah, but doesn't Ahmed pay to go to the game?
Because Prime is so right. Like, if you were listening to like Lewis's stream the past like 2-3 days, this new side character who I have nicknamed Butt Plug.
Flipping heck, bro. What's going on? Who's that character?
Hold on. I don't know. It's just like, I find my biggest problem is with this like fan base, because you guys do. What does that sound?
Who is that? I think that's Peter.
Yeah, no, you're good. I just muted Pete. It's fine.
Brother next to a boat.
Hey man, you're gonna listen to these planes. Fuck you.
What did he just say?
He said, "Shut up, Ahmed." My biggest problem.
Yeah, man, you're gonna listen to the planes fly in the background, bitch. You don't get a choice.
Listen, man, I don't want to hear
the trenches, so we might as well.
Yeah, Ahmed, nobody cares what you want to hear.
Yeah, man.
Damn.
Shut up, Clarence. Anyways, my biggest problem is with.
He says that as if it's a bad thing. I'm sorry.
I ain't saying it's a bad thing. I like the fact that you're a trusting baby. I like the fact you're a trusting baby. It's not a bad thing, bro. Shut up. Anyways, my biggest problem, like always, really is this ownership, is this fan base, because you guys back and endorse what this ownership does. That's why I say this fan base is they're a cuck for the ownership. You endorse what they do, but when we go on bad runs or whatever, the season ends up being bad, then you start complaining about shit.
But you know what part of the problem with that argument though is, Prime? Like, I understand that like the overall, probably at this rate, the way we're looking at our club and how it's being operated, probably the overall positive thing to do for this club is to get rid of Blue Co, right? But at the same time, there are so many fans that don't give a shit what actually happens like behind closed doors and in the operations side of things, as long as the results are there. And if the results are there, most fans, the majority of these keyboard warriors you're talking about, are probably going to shut the fuck up and just be content with anything that's going on. Like, this model can continue flipping and buying these players that aren't good enough, not paying enough salary. But if the results are there, if we're making it far in UCL, if we're making it far in these cup runs and beating games consistently and not have to worry about top 4 or even, I don't know, challenging, no one gives a fuck. And that's kind of what happened earlier in the season, right? We won a trophy. We ended up, we got the Club World Cup. We did what we had to do with Conference League. Ended up getting top 4. So the fans were happy. The fans were like, "Oh, look, the model looks like it's working." Oh, listen, there wasn't
nobody cares about the model. People want to succeed. The only reason we're talking about this is because we view this model as an impediment to success.
Yeah.
Right? That's people are mad because we're not winning.
Yeah.
Nobody actually ever cared about how their club is structured, their philosophical aims with what they believe, like the playing staff should look like.
Pete,
nobody actually cares.
Look at United and how they were running shit last season. Remember last season? Like, they were the talk of the town. Everything. They were firing the cafeteria lady. They had rats in the restaurant. But now, no one is talking about that shit.
You should be the talk of the town.
I mean, like, they talked about his percentage as well. Like, I think like 20-something% win ratio.
Yeah, but now no one cares because they're in 3rd place. United fans seem pretty content with that.
Season.
But yeah, like the reason Clear Lake are such a lightning rod for criticism is before they actually achieved anything in this game, they came in talking out of both sides of their mouth about how they were going to be successful and how the previous ownership group here really didn't do as much as they should have. Like, you cannot critique Roman Abramovich and Marina and how the club was run as Bedadig Bali and then serve us up 4 seasons of this.
Yeah.
Those
they
two
really
things.
Criticize them?
Yes, Chris.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they came out and
absolutely
said there was
he came in and
with
said
how the club was run.
Club wasn't run well from a sporting perspective, from a commercial perspective, or from a business perspective. Let me pull up the
self-awareness from then is
lack. And that's what he said in December of 2022.
No awareness. It was pretty bad.
I didn't know.
I know what Pete's talking about. Yeah. It was.
Yeah.
They came out and criticized the model and everything, and it's like, really?
We thought Chelsea was an asset, a business that was not terribly well managed on the football side, sporting side, or promotional side. So yeah, if you're gonna say that, then 4 seasons in, I better be getting better than when our club's accounts were frozen and we couldn't sell season tickets. And like nobody would say we're in a better state now than spring of 2022. When the war broke out in Ukraine and we couldn't extend contracts or sell season tickets or sell merch, the club was not allowed to generate profit. Like some of our home matches were empty, partially empty, because they couldn't sell new tickets. They were not allowed. Our accounts literally were frozen. People could not extend contracts. They couldn't sell merch in the grounds. They couldn't sell like single game match tickets. We weren't allowed to generate revenue. Exactly. We're in a worse state now than we were at that time.
We're in a worse state.
Close.
When we have
I think just to add to that, I think at that time we couldn't even spend money. I think like our cars were frozen, so it's not even like we couldn't make money and we couldn't even spend money. So,
yes.
Like which was
that's why Rudiger and Christensen both left for free.
Yeah.
We weren't allowed to negotiate.
I just think, in my personal opinion, just generally speaking, in terms of like the current state of the club, like it's like yes, it's all well and good that your revenues are increasing, because I know that came out recently. The revenues have increased, right? But the problem is your costs are getting bigger though. That's the thing that's actually hurting the club. The club's costs keep on stacking up. Like I saw, like I think we spent over 60 or 100. It was like over 100 million, like on agent costs. Was it Marshall or something?
It was about 60 mil.
Sorry, my
on
apologies.
agent fees. Yeah,
60 million then.
Scare money don't make money, Ahmed.
But I look at that 60 million compared to like some other clubs who only spent like what 10, 15. So I saw some other club.
Yeah, I think the second highest I saw was like 32.
Right. So
I just look
at it, I'm like, if you having to pay that much for agents to do work for you, that's another big cost. You got agent cost there.
It's because it's what everyone's saying. It's that model of flipping players. Like, look at how many players we sold last season. I was actually really shocked we sold that many players in the summer. I knew we needed to sell a lot. I didn't think they would actually sell all of them. And all those have fees. It's like this little surcharge whenever you buy anything, You know
what it is? Like, it's low-key like the mafia sort of situation where, you get everyone's getting a little cut. You get a cut, they're getting a cut, everyone's getting a cut of that.
Bro, Jorge Mendes secured generational wealth off of us, bro. What else there to say, man?
He secured generational wealth of Ronaldo, and now we just giving him even more.
Yeah, bro.
It's nasty work, man. It's actually nasty work if you defect, man.
No, but no, there's still criticism about Roman from our current fan base now. Like if I think RSM has joined maybe Lewis's latest streams and even Peter like 2-3 days ago, the guy who I've nicknamed Butt Plug, he has, and the reason I've named it that because he's so far up Blueco's ass that anyways.
Wow.
So he's been very.
Oh,
no. Hey, if you want to be Butt Plug too, that's fine. I think if you want to be that too. But damn, hey, throw yourself under the bus. That wasn't you, but hey, if you want to do that, yeah, David, that guy. But yeah, he was saying like how, hey, they're billionaires. They know what they're doing with the business. I trust them. Blueco's Blueco's success rate's at 70%. He went down to 60% because we're like, what the fuck are you talking about? They're clear recruitment shit. So yeah, there's still people who are backing this Blueco project. But I feel like there's still people out there like there. Like, we have a Marshall who just admitted to be willing to be butt plug too for some reason, throwing himself on the bus.
I mean, the one thing I will admit is that part of me, there's two aspects to me with the Blueco out thing. Part of me wants to see what this was intended to be, which is supposed to be Bowley's Chelsea, which never happened, and it might not ever happen because he's like what 10%, 15% share. He's like the lowest share of all the owners. And not only that, there's also that fear. Like, I was just talking to Ahmed about this. Like, I know I want Blueco out. I know they're horrible. They've been doing a really shitty job so far, right? Great, we won a Club World Cup and all that shit, but you didn't build off of it, and we ain't getting another Club World Cup anytime soon as far as I'm aware. And I don't care about Conference League, and top 4 for me is not an accomplishment. But I look at ownership across the world, and I'm like, there ain't another Sheikh Mansour, so there might just be another consortium for us in the future if Blueco leave.
Marshall's
and I don't know if that's good or bad.
Marshall, I'm so sorry. I have to do this, and you already threw yourself under the bus.
Sure.
You are sounding like Butt Plug too, because Butt Plug once said the same shit about Bowley. And me and Peter said, once again, Bowley is a minority stakeholder in the Dodgers and the Lakers. He's not the majority. He's not the guy actually making the strategies of.
He's not a decision maker, bro. He's just kind of like a partner. He's just like
the Dodgers. The Dodgers is a poor example.
The financial deals in terms of TV deals, and Peter knew more about how they even acquired the Dodgers at a cut rate.
Basically, the Dodgers were bought via bankruptcy court, and the Dodgers worked out a special deal with Major League Baseball, where essentially like only 20% of the money they get yearly from Spectrum for their media deal is taxed. So they have a whole bunch of untaxed revenue to spend on players, because typically all of your TV revenue gets taxed in terms of MLB.
Yeah.
But so they were bankrupt. They worked out a deal with bankruptcy court. Hey, you're going to tax us, and I think it was like 83 million something dollars a year in TV revenue is going to be taxable. Their revenue deal with Spectrum was 25 years at $8.35 billion.
Yeah.
I'm no mathematician, but that's something like $360 million a year.
Mm-hmm.
So only like that, they bumped up the number from 83 million being taxable to 130. So yeah, like 2/3 of their revenue from media deals is untaxed revenue that can get put exactly into players and can get put into escrow so they can sign these huge contracts. Yeah. So yeah, like we don't have a unique situation like that. One, because there's no like unionization in the Premier League. So like if a club goes bust and goes into administration, they just get pulled from the Premier League. Whereas in American sports, when clubs go bankrupt, the league assumes control of them. Yeah. Like, that was never the case when our accounts were frozen. We were just in the wind. The best the Premier League could do was help expedite the process of a sale. But like we couldn't have just been owned and operated by the Premier League while being in the Premier League. if there was no resolution to that, we probably would have gotten relegated. Like sports in the UK are just structured differently than in the US. So pointing to the Dodgers as a success model ignores a whole bunch of unique advantages that the Dodgers have that we will never have.
Mm-hmm. I think the other thing to add, just talking about administration in Chelsea. I've seen quite a few people talk about the fact that we have like an actual some loans due next season that apparently people think we cannot pay, and so our club will go into administration. I hope people understand, if Chelsea goes into administration again, right? Yeah, it is not a good thing for us. Because
I mean, obviously,
not at all.
No, but there's
not so obvious, RSM.
No. But some people online, that's what they want to happen. I don't understand.
Yeah, but bro, if I speak about certain people online, bro, I'm gonna get Marshall the platform, bro. If I speak about our fans.
Because for me, it's just crazy for people to
send me into
administration,
bro.
The reason why I say that, RSM, bro, is just that I just think it's crazy for you to want the club to go to administration and have that leverage to it, to whoever the new buyer is gonna be for the club, right? Yeah, because that affects you in the short term as well, because you have to pay off debt. I don't understand.
And this is why I struggle, because these guys are not. Nobody right now in this current climate is selling a Premier League club, bro. I'm telling you right now. Like, these guys aren't leaving. They're not selling. They're here for the long haul. So we need to wake up, right? So I feel like I get the sentiment of Blue out. You don't like them. You don't want them here. But they are now chained. It's like we are, you know what people, they do those gimmicks, right? Where they go on a date and they handcuff each other, right? And they can't. That's what they've done. We're now handcuffed with them. They cannot leave. We're stuck with them. So given the fact that we're stuck with them, I think it's better if we start focusing in on, hey, can we get the sporting directors out of here and change the direction?
Thank you.
Like, that is a more viable protest than just yelling at them, we don't like you, when, get out. And these guys are like, yeah, we're not leaving. Like, first of all, not only have we not made our money back yet, right? Number one. Number two, they would have to get a majority of the people who invest, because again, they are a private equity fund. They are beholden to the people they owe money to. The people they owe money to are not going to tell them, yeah, you know what? Still a Premier League club right now in 2026 after only having it for a couple years, no new stadium, nothing. They're not going to agree to that. So it would be more effective if we focus the protest on sacking the sporting director, so objectively in every possible metric, failed at their jobs and change the direction moving forward. Because what Kukurea said in his interview, I still somewhat agree with. It's not like it's not like we're fighting relegation. It's not like we're at the point where we're Spurs yet. We have really good players still. If we make a couple of smart moves over 2 windows, we're back in it.
The situation is fixable. The problem is the people we're relying to fix it.
Which is what I'm telling you. We got to get the sporting directors out, bro. You got to let them know, like, brother, you got to take the L. It's fine. Whatever your ego or something, like, you just took the L. You got it wrong. This model is not working. Whatever these sporting directors sold you when they were in the interview was a lie. They're not able to build whatever they promised you they were going to be able to build. So let's just start brand new. That's it. Get new sporting directors, a new direction. Are they going to do that? I don't think so. But that's what the protest should be focused on, bro. Bluco out gets us nothing. Bluco out gets us nothing.
Is Pete microwaving Chelsea essentially? That's the metaphor. But that's the thing. Like, I listen. I don't like what Bluco's done to the club. I don't like the direction that we're heading into. But if, let's just say, in an imaginary world, right? The 4 owners.
I'm sorry. Ahmed, how come Palace and Leon got better owners? This is how I know. Unfortunately, you have not read up on the topic. Palace is a majority owned by Steve Parrish and his consortium. Okay, so please make sure you read up on your stuff before you come and speak to me properly. With all due respect to you. Leon is a separate. Leon is currently under the league itself in terms of special financial dispensation. Why, I don't know why you thought you cooked with that comment. I just don't understand.
I was gonna say, because Texter doesn't run Leon, but like nobody else owns them currently, right?
So basically, the holding company owns them because he basically went into he basically defaulted on the loan that he owes to them. So
Because
essentially,
Texter's trying to buy Sheffield Wednesday.
No. So what happened with Techstar, Pete, is that I think he defaulted on one of his loans to like the private equity firms that helps him buy Slinky. So essentially, the club is now owned by that said private equity and not him anymore. If that makes sense. So Leon, even before that happened, Leon was already essentially being controlled by the league on like financial side because remember last year, this season they were meant to be in League 2.
Yeah, they were going to get relegated, and then PSG floated them some money for some player they bought, right?
Yeah, and then essentially League 1 was like, we're going to basically have a special controlled transfer finances where we control the transfers that come in and come out essentially, and like we have to basically approve it for you. So essentially League 1 is controlling their finances right now until they obviously sort themselves out. So that's the point I'm trying to make. And Inter Milan is another great example of this, by the way. Yeah, Inter Milan, they had the Chinese guy, I believe his name is Zhang or something of the sort, right? Yeah, they obviously went into administration, right? They then got brought by, I think, because he had quite a bit of loans, so they almost went into administration to say, and I think they got brought by another private equity firm who was paying off their thing, right? And essentially, as you saw with Inter, they had to go through a couple of seasons where they were essentially getting free transfers, if you remember. A lot of their players, after Lukaku and Hakimi all in once, were free transfers or like really, really low fees. So this is the point I'm trying to make. Going into administration, particularly, and then having to be basically have some level of loan on you, yeah, particularly in the EPL all leagues, is not good for you because the drop, bro. We probably would be like a lower mid-table side, by the way, with that in mind.
Well, it's not even just that. If you go into administration, the only like free will you have is in terms of who your manager is, basically, and the players they can play. But every single financial decision is handled by creditors, so they can get their money back. So it might be a situation where you're selling all these players at a cut price to settle debts. Because the point of going into administration and your club being penalized is to help pay back the debts. That is priority number one. So even if we did go into administration, there's not really a scenario where you can be in administration and mounting title charge after title charge. It's not really structured to work that way. You're typically stripping assets. Like it happened to Wednesday down in the championship in January. They were selling basically everybody they could possibly sell for whatever amount they could get. And that's why they have one league win in the championship all season. They're basically playing a youth team.
Yeah. And again, like, it's not all cut and dry like other content creators like to make it seem. And I didn't really want to get into Blue Co out, but this is the nature of like how the conversation's going.
They just released the Chelsea financials right now. Do you know how much of a pre-tax loss you made?
What, it was like 200 and something million, right?
Chelsea accounts have finally uploaded a company house website with 22 Holdco Limited, the parent company of Casually FC. Results now available. Pre-tax loss of 700.8 million pounds for the year ended June 30th, 2025.
Holy shit, that's a lot more than what was initially reported.
I'll put it into the private chat so you can have a look too. This is literally.
That's a lot. What about earnings? Because that's like
you can see the earners probably on there too, but like that's how much they lost essentially.
But yeah, I think
pre-tax. So when it's pre-tax, that means the tax has not been added on yet. So if you add tax to that, that's probably $1 billion, low key. That might be $1 billion because the UK
I'll pull this up. It's actually somewhat. Yeah, here, let me pull it up.
RSM, you're the financial guy. Can you help us out here, please?
You're the financial.
I'm the financial guy.
You know, I kind of say this real quickly while you're going through this, Marshall. Yeah, RSM. You know, you've been bringing. Castell's actually brought a lot of Ecuadorians to the ends recently, to the local ends, man. I didn't know this. I didn't know this recently, but like right next to me, there's like a Ecuadorian church.
If I start speaking about why Ecuadorians are moving, hey, listen. If I start speaking about why Ecuadorians are starting to move in Europe, all I'm saying is, listen, the UK is getting shipments of bananas, and it ain't just bananas, bro.
Oh my god!
If I speak on why Ecuadorians are starting to pop up in the UK, that's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm sure they go. You know, like I'm not making no accusation, but you know what I mean? I've seen.
It's wild. I'm looking over here. Turnover 500 year ended, 25 year ended. So this is okay.
Look at the gross profit. That's the main. That's basically the main. That's the main thing you have to look at. The gross profit is the main thing, obviously.
Yeah. So this is what
this is last year. So year ended. That's last year's financials, by the way, Marshall. That's how we would have done last year.
And the losses are here. Okay.
Loss attributable to owners. Oh.
So year ended 25. Year ended June 24.
So that's last year's numbers, Marshall.
So the gross profit from last year was only 10 million?
That's the gross profit, bro.
So we made 10 million in profit, even though we lost 700 million in losses before taxes.
Yeah, before taxes, yeah.
Okay. I think I understand this a little bit. Obviously, we're gonna go over this more on the Casually Chelsea show when we get to that point, but yeah.
Look at admin expense. Look at the admin expense.
The operating loss, right?
Yeah. No, it's
628 million.
No, the admin expense that I think he said was like 500. What's the 500?
Administrative expenses 639 million. God damn.
Jesus,
God damn. No, scare money don't make money, bro. That's what I'm saying.
We still have not, bro, and we still got no long-term furniture sponsor, man. Shout out, bro. Shout out.
Yeah.
We might holding strong. They're holding strong under price, man.
Bro, we're about to get, bro. We're about to get like, we're about to be so desperate. Bro. We're about to get like, bro. We're about to get like OnlyFans furniture sponsors.
We got dark,
man. It's dark, bro.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie, it's dark, man.
We're
about to get like, we're about to get sponsored by. We're about to get sponsored. We're about to get sponsored by Geek Bar or some shit, bro. I'm not gonna lie, man. Zins. We're gonna get sponsored by Zins.
Our current loan balances, yeah, according to the financial report, is 1.39 billion.
Calm, man. But you know what? When we sell Netto, that's gonna all go away, baby.
Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy. Come on, man. Let's go.
That action pump, bro. The action pump pure profit.
That might actually happen, bro. Dark days.
That Mamadou Sarr to Inter, here we go.
Bro, it's broke as hell. You know they paying us pennies.
I'm so honest, Marshall. I think Chalobah is leaving. I think of all the backline, more than 9% of the backline is probably going to leave.
That's going to be enough.
Nah, low-key, they're
going to fight tooth and nail to stay.
Bro, low-key, I don't think so, you know. I actually think this might be the first time they will... I don't care,
brother. Who wants to play under a senior? Be honest, man.
I don't blame him.
Yeah, man, that toast into relegated Spurs is gonna hit different this summer, man.
That's what I mean. Like back to what we were saying, right? With this, the whole point CP brought up with the blue co out and stuff. Like, I'll be real. Like, we talked about obviously Bowley, right? Scratch that, right? If we just completely end up selling, there's that part of me that I'm like, okay, this could potentially get worse. We could go to another consortium that does just status quo. Same exact bullshit.
Sell us to Saudis yesterday, man.
But even
bro,
then,
I'm agree with you.
Though,
are the Saudis moving oil right now?
Hey,
we be having the funds?
Hey,
are
bro.
the Saudis moving P? Are they pushing P right now? Let's be honest.
Give it a week. Give it a week. Give it a week.
What are you hearing about this? Hold up.
Give it a week. They'll all do side deals with Iran, and we'll be straight. We in America won't be straight, but everybody else will. Give it a week. They'll figure that shit out.
Hey man, all I know, man, Somali oil is getting guzzled now because of this, man.
Bro, in 1 year, we're gonna see Ahmed Abdi. He bids for Chelsea.
Listen, man. What I'm saying, man. I've heard this working with my dad. He's back home actually.
Somali oil is going up.
Man, I'm hearing the oil's around. Can we check our
Somali oil as if Somali oil isn't really just hijacked tankers.
What do you mean Somali oil? You mean this oil that you man are gonna steal?
That you men fucking hijacked?
Yeah,
No, this is not even hot. Listen, this is
Somali
real oil,
oil.
man.
Somali oil is really just rebranded Omani oil, man.
Hey man, listen, it's not my fault. Hey, listen, Peter,
Ahmed,
man.
would you say game's the game?
Listen, game's the game, Peter, man. It's not my fault. You decided to come through my ends. You know what I mean? It's not. Listen, shout out your own.
They got the oil drills in Somalia, bro. They got niggas with AKs and speedboats.
No, I'm actually being
hijacking
serious.
boats.
I'm not actually being serious.
The Somali oil industry is really just a bunch of abdis in a speedboat with AKs.
No. Listen, I mean,
Yeah,
if you said that to me 10 years ago, I would agree,
man.
but not anymore. They actually,
It's a bunch of abdis and Mohammeds in a speedboat with the AKs, bro. Saying, I'm the captain now. I know what it is.
I don't know if
I
you
know
know
what your
this.
industry is.
Yeah, but listen, there's actual oil. We actually have our first actual oil thing that happened this week, which was a big moment for us. Listen, I can't wait.
Big Somalian man.
Listen, man. One Wolves. Listen,
All
one Wolves.
Somalis,
Listen,
I respect that. I would do it too.
listen. Shout out to Wolves, man. Sometimes Wolves can be helpful for us. You know what I mean? It can help you make money.
Shout out to Wars, bro.
Why are you doing us?
Oh, we
You
said
live in Battersea. You don't care.
Out of here, bro.
Listen, I've got some land in Somalia, man. You know what I mean? Some family.
You got some land.
Family land there. You know.
What does that, Ahmed? What does
that?
that mean? What does that mean?
That means that.
Did you send your third uncle to go do squatters' rights somewhere? Like, what does that mean?
Listen, shout out to you, my dad. My dad owns some.
Peter, it means that Ahmed's rich. So when I call him Clarence, it's just
Oh my God,
rich
Bro,
kid.
I've been to his place. I know he's rich.
Yeah, he's a rich kid. Hey, thank you. He's a rich kid, bro. Hey, Peter, did you meet his butler? Did you meet his butler?
Hey, man. He sent his
why
butler after
why
the shot,
do
so I
you
couldn't meet
Poor
him.
Zuni,
Big up.
bro.
Oh my God, man, this is shocking. We're not doing all zebra man around here, mate. We're not doing it around here, mate.
It's killing me, bro.
Did he drop you off in the limousine at the airport?
Listen, I'm gonna have to start charging him rent, man. After this, man, we're gonna have to start
Yo, charging him rent is crazy.
We just gave him an idea of monopoly.
You know the worst thing about
Charging
Ahmed?
your butler rent.
Ahmed does this working class man gimmick where he gets on the
Does it,
bus,
bro?
but he goes for one stop. That shit pisses me off.
But his justification is getting his money's worth, Pete. He already paid the fare. He's
Bro,
getting his
bro,
money.
it's like a 23-cent US charge to my fucking card to ride one stop. Why the fuck am I even doing that?
Peter, do you not remember when we
Crack me
were?
up, Ahmed, bro.
Peter, do you not remember
Never change.
after the Champions League game when we were walking to get somewhere to eat, get something to eat, and Ahmed was talking about oh, there's this spot that I used to get coffee or something every day, like Starbucks or something.
Yeah, I can't stand this nigga, bro. This shit is crazy. Ahmed acted like walking 20 minutes to a Morley's was like a fucking mortal sin, dude. It was ridiculous. He's like, my feet hurt. I'm like, no one asked you to show up to the bridge in dress shoes, mate.
Yeah, that was the bit. The man had the dress shoes.
Ahmed dresses like
man.
Ahmed dresses like an unk, dude. That shit.
Yeah, but you're
He showed up
knows
to
he's
the bridge
gonna
with
be-
his spine
He
in
knows
his
he's
mouth.
gonna be bro.
He did.
Ahmed dresses like an unk who has to go to church.
But you're forgetting.
Pick
Ahmed doesn't associate with the peasants. You're forgetting.
Bro, why are you wearing dress shoes to Stamford Bridge for Chelsea Paphos?
He has to let him know, bro.
He's normally.
Oh, no, hold on, yo, this guy, bro,
This
this guy thinks he's the gaffer, bro. He's showing up to the bridge
No,
and dress.
because when Ahmed
He thinks he's the gaffer.
He called him out.
Showing up
Ahmed
looking all
goes to
dapper and
when
shit. What the
Ahmed-
hell is this,
when
bro?
Ahmed
Oh
goes to-
shit! Oh god.
Bro,
That's
when Ahmed
exactly
goes
what
to
he was
Chelsea
wearing.
games, Ahmed's usually in a.
Just talk
Ahmed's
about
usually
it.
in a box.
They looked uncomfortable, Ahmed. I can't lie, bro. I felt bad for you after a while.
Everybody in the comments are like, what the fuck are you talking about? We lost 3-0 today. There's really not shit to say. We're almost
When-
3 hours in.
Ahmed-
So now we're
when
roasting
Ahmed
Ahmed. It is
goes
what it
to-
is.
when he
If
goes
you
to
want to
Chelsea-
dislike the stream, we don't even care. That's fine.
Yeah, but Peter, I don't know why you're surprised. When Ahmed goes to Chelsea games, he's usually in the box or something. That's why he can dress however he wants.
Bro. I hear it though, Ahmed. Big up.
Normally, he's chilling in the box with Central C and them, man, bro.
Ahmed, how do I get ownership in a Somali oil business?
He was there with
Listen, man, we'll talk shit, man. Talk shit. I ain't
No,
talking about how much
Ahmed, do I have to buy a speedboat and hire my own pirate team?
I mean, it depends, really.
You have to get your own starting 11, bro. You gotta get your own
You
starting
need to
11.
understand- Listen, the thing is, I would say that you need to know the tribes first. As long as you know
No, the tribes, man. If you don't run me a speedboat and some guns, bro.
Depends, man. Depends.
What are we talking about?
Oh man, bro. But yeah, before we even diverge, my point was, even with the Saudi thing, I think Ahmed, you were saying this. They're like, the UK government is actually like profiling any ownership trying to buy any UK club.
Yeah, but
just
that
'cause they want to
happened
avoid Roman
essentially.
again.
Remember, essentially post Man City and some of the events of Man City, right? And then obviously the stuff with Roman. Newcastle is basically the last club that's gonna be owned by like obviously what are they called again, like a welfare fund, like a welfare fund essentially, right? Or like a controversial billionaire essentially, because they've done stuff in place to make sure stuff doesn't happen at all in regards to that. The problem, as I said many a time before, is that the climate itself right now that people think we're gonna sell in, is not a climate that's gonna be stuff gets sold in. Okay, there's a certain AI crash about to happen quite soon. Okay, you've got obviously the war that we've just spoken about that's occurring right now, which is keeping oil prices quite high. There's just too much chaos right now. And then what, we're just gonna put a club that's essentially worth around about 3.5 billion or like 3 billion up for sale.
Yeah, it's not even gonna be 3 billion. It's gonna be more.
Yeah, so
somewhere upwards of 4 billion.
Yeah, so for me, I just look. The reason why I bring all that up is just that I just think logically. Again, keyword logically. We have to think logically here. There's like an almost 95% chance we are not selling in 2026 or even 2027. Okay.
Yeah, people are really looking at it only from Chelsea's point of view. They're not looking from a global standpoint.
Yeah, I just think for me sometimes, bro, we act like we're terrorists, okay? And I want you to hear me out, okay? A lot of the time,
okay.
No. It's not even crazy. No, RSM, you need to understand the context, because like when I say this, right, one of the big thing about terrorism, at least modern day ones, is that it's very extreme, okay? It's very extremist. It's do or die attitude, right? Okay. And for a lot of these guys, they go into thinking blue coat out as in a do or die attitude, not realizing that it's not a do or die attitude, because
why are you comparing terrorism to blue coat?
I hear it, man.
No.
Blue coat out is a terrorist group?
Am I the only person that didn't? Why are you comparing blue coat to terrorism?
Prime, I'm lost too. I'm not gonna lie. Like, how do we get here?
I'm saying basically a lot of these people who are diehard blue coat out or you're against us are just, they're taking the complete extreme. Like I had people earlier in my chat said, yeah, they can sell. Yeah, we know they could sell. Are they gonna sell? Like, let's be real,
But why do you have to mention like terrorism and extremism? Okay.
That's what he had in his forefront. I don't know.
That's why I had the nearest thing to
hey.
I think a more interesting question.
Ahmed is rich people, by the way. I don't know.
I think a more interesting question of whether or not they can or can't sell is, if they received a bid tomorrow to wipe away all the debts and sell the club exactly for what they bought it for, do you think they would sell? I think they would.
No, they want a profit.
Yeah, I think they want a profit.
But again, like, if that bid is tabled, it's now just not, but I want to make money. What do the rest of you six say? I think some sort of consensus to get out from under this would be arrived at. Whoever puts up the money to wipe the debt slate clean and buy the club in this current state would be an idiot. But I think if they got an offer to get all of their money back and clear all the debt and just wipe their hands with it and move on, I think they absolutely would.
Well, you're assuming that they would want to sell.
No, I'm saying in a scenario where they can essentially walk away at zero and not have to deal with battling the sunk cost fallacy for the next few years and the instability and just the negative PR that comes from owning Chelsea, I think they'd walk away from all this.
What was that second thing you said? The sunken cost fallacy?
The sunken cost fallacy, basically they're chasing losses like when you're gambling.
Mm-hmm.
Because like we are in debt, we're mounting debt. They bought it at zero debt and now we have a ton of debt. The debt seems to be mounting with no way of like reversing course in the short term.
I'll say this.
My guess is they would want to get out of this if an offer was tabled to get all the money back they paid for the club and to settle the debt.
I do think some of the owners will probably want to take that offer, part of me believes that Iqbali is so arrogant, he probably wouldn't want to break even. He probably thinks he can make a profit.
Exactly. That's why I said. Yeah. That's why I said. Why would they sell if they're not making money? If you like what you said, if they someone were to buy this club and take away the debt, well, they're not making money from it. So why would they sell?
But you know what's crazy to me is that their private equity is all about increasing value, making that organization more attractive for the next sale. And they're doing everything they can to tank the value.
It doesn't make sense.
A lot of it's ignorant.
Like, they're behaving as if they're not beholden to shareholders at the end of the day.
Yeah, exactly. Like they're like the reports I was watching while I was doing some stuff and listening, and whatever that financial report that you guys were breaking down, I'm like, the first thing in my mind I thought about, Pete, was you have to answer to the shareholders. So if shareholders see that, there's no stock prices, but if shareholders see that you just continue to bleed money, at what point do they either demand like some kind of partial sale, where they're like, you're right, these are the kids that are in charge that are costing us money, we need to push them out? Or do they just say, you know what, I'm just getting out now, I'm cutting my losses right now and just getting out?
Yeah, that's kind of what I was saying. Like, we're going to be over leveraged here sometime soon, going according to this trend, unless they just borrow more money from a different source and just kind of kick the can down the road.
That's what, by amazing. The way, sorry, KG. Go. I literally was listening to like the Business of Sport, and they did an episode on the Chelsea stuff. Yeah, they were basically like, what they'll probably do if obviously their guys come calling, they will pay them off with someone else's. They're going to business with someone else and pay that thing off essentially. That's probably that's what they essentially said in terms of like the loans that we even own. Like they'll just pay them off.
So basically, borrow from Peter to pay Paul.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what they'll basically do.
But at some point, if you're a minority shareholder or stakeholder, and you keep doing that, like you're not. I just don't see it's a business after all, right? Like I know sports, in my mind, like entertainment, sports, like you really should. It should be more about the sport than the business side. But I'm an adult, so I know folks need to make money. But at what point, like, because I think no matter what, I think Chelsea will always be an attractive club for like somebody will look at it potentially and be like someone rich and be like, I can either make a lot of money or I can have a Roman type of run where like I dump money in the club and we actually win things and I'm lauded as this savior, right, of the football club. But at what point do these people just, or the people that they answer to, just say enough is enough? Like we can see the road that you're taking us down, and it's not even like a sporting thing, right? Like I'd imagine that a lot of the shareholders and stakeholders wouldn't know of football from an American football, but they know money, and they know that if they see that their assets are decreasing, that they're like, you know what, they treat this like a regular business and like, all right, we need to change the CEO, we need to change the CFO, the CIO, CIA, whoever.
That's another factor too. I don't know how much weight this holds, but I did see a tweet earlier that Blueco is kind of trying to, I guess, lessen the amount of criticisms that's coming from outside and inside the club. Because it's not a good look for them from the financial point. Like, the people who are invested in this obviously hear and see the criticism, and it probably doesn't look good from a, I guess, an image point of view. It probably lessens the value of the club, all the criticism and controversy surrounding it.
But even with that though, it's like that sheet that you had up with the 2025 losses in 2024, the losses are increasing exponentially.
Yeah.
So that's not
doubled.
Yeah, and then that's with no, and just think of next year, right? We're pretty much all resigned to the fact that we're not going to have Champions League football unless we somehow fluke it through the backdoor loophole of Villa qualifying through the Europa League, which to be honest with you, will probably happen, but that's extra money right there that you're going to lose, right? Because that's expanded Champions League. What's the group stage? 8 games, right?
8 matches, yeah.
8 matches, so that's at least 4, whereas in the previous group stage you had 3. So that's even as small as our stadium is, that's 1 extra match of match day revenue that's being able to sell to not only your front of shirt sponsor, but potential other sponsors or club partners that were playing in the biggest competitions in world football on the biggest stage. So there's that aspect of it. There's the little aspect of how much money you get from finishing in different positions within the league, right? Like 4th place makes more than 5th place and you know, so forth. So it's just everywhere you look, it's just they're just bleeding money.
Yeah.
And the only way you can what they don't realize is the best way to make money in football is to win games. Because win games, it increases everything. It increases your fans, right? Like me, myself, Marshall, any RSM, probably anyone that's a American fan that doesn't have the local connection to Chelsea. Like, we didn't pick Chelsea because we were, you know, it's not like Brighton. Like, we're not it wasn't like I want to pick a Cinderella story. It was like, they're Chelsea Football Club. Like, they're a winner. They're a big club in a big city, big personalities. Yeah, it's like, it's dark on the pitch, it's dark in the boardrooms, and it's dark everywhere for this club right now. And it, like, I don't see the light at the end of the tunnel, because you guys were talking about Versinia, right? And criticism's valid, right? The job's way too big for him. But what about the people that put him in a position that we all knew was too big for him? Like, not only did they do that, but they also sabotaged their other asset. Then they took him out of the management training program to throw him into the big pond, or the little pond with big fish, whatever the analogy is. And you're basically just ruining. They ruined 2 clubs at one time. Even though I would say Strasbourg is probably, like, they probably don't care as much about Strasbourg. I will. Last time I said something crazy about Strasbourg, Pete jumped on the stream and was killing me.
You and Marshall are trying to be Uncle Ruckus over there.
I know, right?
KG, I have a stat for you real quick, by the way. Can I give you a little stat?
Yeah. Is it money related?
Yes. How much do you think the accumulated loss?
No, I saw it. I saw the sheet.
Essentially 1.8, by the way. If you just like
which is crazy, because how do you accumulate that much loss in, what is this, 3.5 years?
Roman didn't do that, by the way, since 20, and he was at the club since 2004 to
also,
2023.
Like, do you all think that the Premier League has a responsibility to say, yo, like, what the fuck are y'all doing over there? Like, you're bleeding.
Isn't that essentially?
That's not their job, bro. That's not their job, man.
They can't though, because there's no revenue sharing model amongst the teams enforced by the league. It's like the league, like, there's just, the league doesn't function in the same way that American sports do. Where like the Pelicans were owned and operated by the NBA when the Chris Paul trade to the Lakers got scrapped. And he got
don't talk
like
about that.
The Premier League can't actually assume control of Chelsea, even if they wanted to.
No, I didn't mean it from that standpoint. But then when I was saying it, the first thing I thought of, like, when I hear of debt, the first club I always think of is United. Like, I always think of Manchester United being able to operate on debt. And I'm like, then I thought, if they don't come in and do anything about Manchester United, there's no chance that they would care about.
You know what's confusing me though about that, KG, is that isn't one of the intentions of PSR to prevent clubs from pretty much imploding on themselves?
Yeah. But you know what it is though, and this is maybe a good thing for us as Chelsea fans, but the punishment is just, you have to pay out more money.
Yeah,
it's not an actual sporting punishment. I think if it was a sporting punishment, then maybe clubs would be like, I can see a lot of clubs saying, you know what, we're willing to take this 10 million fine, 20 million fine, because it's just a slap on the wrist, and there's no at the end of it, they probably make more money by violating PSR.
KG, it's PSR is like that for us because we're a big club, right?
Yeah.
The little clubs, I remember, was a Coventry or another club in championship was deducted like 10 points in the beginning of their season.
Yeah.
For the PSR reasons, right?
What did Leicester? What did Leicester? Leicester got 6 points for. I don't know what they did to get those.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying, right? So those clubs are going to be hit with the sporting side, but us, we're so big, we're not going to be hit with that because that is damage for the league in a sense, right?
Yeah.
So we're going to be hit with what you're saying is the money situation, right? And you also talking about how winning breeds more money and fans.
Mm-hmm.
I've said this even publicly in multiple streams since Blue Co or just in general. I'm like, hey guys, if you win more trophies, I'm going to buy more stupid shit.
Yeah.
When we won, I'll give you an example. When we won the Champions League in 2021, COVID was still going around. I bought a Chelsea face mask that I have not touched till this day. I spent fucking $25 on that shit.
25 million, holy shit!
$25 on that one piece. I bought a bunch of shit. Like I spent I think $400 just on stupid scarves and whatever shit I could. Right. I only buy kits when we win, right after we win big trophies or when we lose, right? Like
I'm not gonna lie,
I bought this year's jersey, this year's first kit because we won the Club World Cup.
Yeah,
I don't fund this club. I still watch every game when we don't win, but I'm only paying this club my money when you win shit. Prove shit to me on why you should deserve my money. You're technically getting my money through TV rights because I'm buying the subscriptions. So you're not getting extra money for me until you prove that you're good enough to receive it. So win me shit. Yeah. And when you win me shit, I was spending stupid money on stupid shit.
Yeah, you're true. That's true. I'm a huge like sneakerhead, Nike fanboy, whatever. Yeah. And
you must be in heaven right now, man.
I used to just always look Chelsea on the Nike app. Yeah. I can't remember the last time. It doesn't even pop up in my most recent search histories on there.
So it's a good thing you brought that up. But just quickly, I'll say quick on that one. You guys know I usually like to go to do a bit of window shopping in the Nike store. Because we got the big one next to me.
Wait, so you only window shop? You don't buy? Crazy.
No.
The window shopper. Man, me.
So the reason why I do it is obviously because I also like to get some gym stuff from there. But essentially, like I went into there like the other day and I was like, bro, you see Liverpool there, you see PSG, bro, the Chelsea section is like this. But you know, like where my computer desk is and my TV, right in my room. That's how small it is. Basically.
Damn.
Chelsea, bro. Marshall knows the section I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Right.
That little 40-inch TV, bro.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. But like, I think it's just really small. I think the other point I wanted to also make here, just about the Premier League being responsible and other stuff. I think it's I don't know if you know this, KG, but I would encourage you to look at stuff that happens in the Championship and League 1 and League 2, because a lot of those clubs actually go bust. Like there's clubs that are over 100 years old, like that are going bust because essentially they're mismanaged extremely poorly. But because the league cannot necessarily go into these clubs and actually do the stuff where to stop some of these guys destroying the clubs as it is, right? It basically means that it's quite easy for a lot of these clubs to just capitulate as it is. There's quite a few like stories that I would encourage you to look at in regards to that.
Bro, that shit was gonna be Wrexham, bro. If they didn't get bought out.
Big up Footy Judge Mo for the raid. Big up everyone coming from the Footy Judge Mo raid. Be sure to smash up the like button on your way in. Subscribe to the channel. Welcome to Casually Chelsea Therapy. This is supposed to be a city review, but I don't.
If you're in the chat mode, I got that screenshot of you on stream with the Chelsea jersey on. 2012 Champions League jersey. So that will be my background tomorrow, you shameless fraud. Big up, Bill.
Like Wrexham, for example. Wrexham was owned by the fans because the previous guy that owned them fucked them over so bad.
Yeah. So is my new adopted club, Prime Bohemians. They're owned by the fans like me.
You remember what, bro? I tweeted you and you aired.
I know. We've we've been sneaking the gaff out, but you know what? Once I got my spice bag, everything is all good with Ireland, so I'm good.
I see. Okay.
I'm not sure we should be supporting the Irish club, man. You know, they're washed anyway, so you know.
I mean, so Chelsea. So what's
have you guys noticed? Ever since Somalia qualified for AFCON qualifiers, Ahmed's been speaking spicy. Have you noticed that?
Yo, but bro, bass in his chest and everything.
Yeah, crazy. little qualification, and now you can talk to me. It's crazy.
Listen, man. Yeah, Somalia next year we go to AFCON, man. But we ain't AFCON next year.
You're not going.
I'm gonna be crying real joy. I might actually go. This might be the first time I go back to the motherland. I might.
No way. The first time you go back.
I'm going back to the motherland, man.
This is a shame about right here, man. This is a shame about
Hey, the first time he goes back and he's talking about having a slice of the oil business, man.
Ahmed, you want to go back? Where's the next tournament being held? You want to go back?
I actually don't know, but
yeah, they never get this far, bro. He never has to know.
He never thought about this.
Hey, Ahmed, let me back. Ahmed,
Where is it from? Where is it from?
The prime go first.
It's being held by Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania.
Okay.
That's local. That's local for me. You
know,
oh, you never. Ahmed,
Stop acting like that's your ends, bro.
What are you talking about?
What are you
that's local, like that's his ends, bro.
Listen,
I've been to the continent more times than you have.
Don't lie.
Bro, my uncle lives in Kenya. What's wrong with you
Big
guys?
up, man.
Yeah, doesn't mean it's your local. I have family in South Africa. Doesn't mean what is
Big up,
it?
That's
Damn,
East
bro,
Africa. East Africa's.
That's local.
What are you talking about, man?
That's local.
You see the way this guy be talking, man.
What? Do you know Kenya's like in East Africa? We're literally next to it.
Oh, you've never been that far south. Don't lie.
Listen, I just said this is my first time going to the motherland. So again, keyword.
Ahmed, let me back you though. Let me back you a bit. Man.
Good.
You qualified for Somalia qualifying for AFCON. You and Nigeria winning the same amount of AFCON, 0. So
that's it, man. Let's go.
Hold that.
Ahmed,
I will never forgive.
Ahmed, be honest. Ahmed, be honest. Is your uncle? Ahmed, be honest. Does your uncle live in Kenya or is he in South Sudan?
Kenya. I'm being serious.
Okay.
He lives in like Nairobi. He literally lives in the capital. Nairobi.
Why did you say Nigeria? You're also South African. What are you guys gonna win next AFCON?
Hey man, the same amount as you. That's what I'm talking about.
Well, exactly. We're all winning nothing. That's great. Awesome. We're all
that was a cheeky sneak.
Let's go. Hey, Marshall. One day you should do a World Cup predictor on your
Prime. Let me help you out.
Hold on.
Yep. South Africa, 4th place out of 4 in Group A. I'm ready.
CP, you know what's funny? I'll be at AFCON. You'll be at AFCON. Somalia won't be there. They're not going.
Okay, fair enough.
They're not going.
Prime. Hey, that's our third biggest sport, man.
Hey, Ahmed, you're not trying to schedule a friendly with Trinidad and Tobago. That's all I know.
Cricket and rugby World Cup.
Maybe.
That's all I know. That's all I know, because we dust you niggas. Don't lie.
We handle you, man. I promise you, man. We could have handled you.
Hey, invent like a scrub tournament, Somalia versus Trinidad. We got you, nigga.
No. Listen, I think we get a cheeky 2-1. Cheeky 2-1, I think, man.
Cheeky 2-1. You can hold a cheeky 4-1.
Also, for everyone wondering why I hate Nigeria, not this past AFCON, but the AFCON before.
I'm not gonna lie. I didn't know you were African. I thought you were just hating on Nigeria to be anti-black. I was like, damn. What? I actually didn't know this.
Oh my god!
I thought this was some anti-blackness that Marshall was gonna let run, man. Yeah, man. He was gonna embrace his. He was gonna embrace his true Peruvian roots.
No. Guys, you guys know during this AFCON slander debacle, Marshall's not said anything. He's been silent.
That's what I'm saying, man.
I was gonna try to write down.
Me no black, me Peruvian. Big up, man. Big up.
I don't know. Look at Marshall looking a little Morocco.
Hey, man. Telling you.
I got what? I did my
telling you, man.
the
These
other
house
day.
niggas, you can't trust them.
Ghanaian.
2% Morocco.
Back in my
Yo,
house niggas, man. 7%. Big up, man. 7%.
Are there black people?
Are there black people?
Yes.
Oh, brother.
Yeah, don't worry.
Oh, brother. There's black people in every country in South America except Argentina.
Except Argentina.
And you have to ask why not. And that's a different conversation, and we don't have to have that one.
So Marshall's invited to the cookout then. He's full.
I don't know about that. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I'm not saying all that.
if I had to make a tier for problematic Latinos, Marshall is definitely mid tier. But he
Wow,
lives in the
dang.
tri-state area, so he's kind of cool.
Problematic Latinos. Man.
Yeah, man, Marshall's
Hey.
definitely mid tier. Like,
Yeah,
I'd
fair.
bring
Hey,
Marshall a
but-
plate. I don't know if I would invite him.
Hey, but RSM, we'll see you there, bro.
Hey, big up, man. Big up, man.
Just so we.
Are we sure we're gonna invite RSM? Should we be inviting him?
Listen, bro, I
you
got more love for the motherland than you do. I got more love for the motherland than you.
You're a property owner in London, Battersea, who's never been to the homeland. You don't get a choice.
Ahmed, you're not Ahmed. You're not even going after
this is
him. I don't know
Marshall
what you're
doing.
talking
I'm not
about.
racist. I have black ancestors.
Look at the comment, bro. Are there black people in Peru? Yes,
That's
I'm
what
showing
this
the
is.
black people in
That's
Peru.
what this
Hey,
is. He's
my
overcompensating.
ancestors are black.
He's
My ancestors-
overcompensating.
That's what I'm
Therefore,
saying,
this is
bro.
Photoshop.
You see how hold on.
Black
You see how Marshall had to get the black and white pick? I
Yup.
could just
I've been a black person in Peru for 30 years, bro.
That ain't man. That's
Hey,
Arthur Ashe.
Yeah, Marshall. Show us a black Peruvian player in the 21st century.
He's gonna pull out his
I got
last
you.
year goalkeeper.
Hey,
On God, he's
I'll
pulling out his
bail
last
you
year
out.
goalkeeper, bro.
Marshall, let me know.
He's
if you
pulling
want
out
friends,
his
'cause
last
I'm a
year
real ball
goalkeeper.
knower.
Nah, shout out.
Yeah.
What a
Shout
guy,
out
man.
Winkler,
Shout out,
bro.
Winkler,
Yeah, he
man.
got neck tattoos. He's black for real, for real.
Hey, man. You can't tell me that's not Caicedo's village mate.
Come on, bro.
Yo, shout out Cascado's Village, man.
Bro,
He looked like Pacho. He looked like
Bro.
Pacho.
bro,
Yeah,
he
let's
looks
let's not act as if that's not RSM's neighbor back.
that guy's definitely lived in the hut next to
Hey, bro.
Caicedo. Don't lie.
Yeah, man.
I think there's.
I'll go back.
Bro, I think there's literally what, including the goalkeeper. I think there's 3 white people in Ecuador starting 11.
Yes, because they went to go scout the black people in their country, and now they're better.
Yeah.
No, but like that's not a joke either. That's not a joke. It's actually like if you guys want
you guys
to.
realize
Something that
that
Italy
Caicedo-
should do, maybe. You
guys
think
better,
something
yeah.
that Italy should do?
Yeah.
I mean, Italy put a
Italy
nigga
are
in their
not
team. He dropped
embracing-
6 and 6, and they still didn't make it. So it is what
Italy
it
won't-
is. Right.
Italy are not
He tried.
embracing the niggas. They're not going to embrace the
Bro.
black people.
Bro, then they try to blame Moise Keane after bagging 6 and 6 and missing the World Cup anyways, man. Disgusting.
That was
That's
insane.
crazy,
That
man.
was insane.
Disgusting
man.
nation, by the way.
I can't, but no, I couldn't believe it, bro.
Hey, no slander for Esposito because he looks like
We know, bro.
he has the complexion for protection, but
It's a Family Guy
Moise
meme, bro. It's a Family Guy
Mo-
meme, man.
Yeah, but Moise Keane, not okay, man. Big up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's a Family Guy meme with the skin colors, man.
Anyway, back,
Oh yeah,
anyway,
how
back
am I
to
gonna
Ahmed's
forget
slander.
this
Back to
Peruvian
Ahmed's
legend, bro?
I was gonna say, man.
Jefferson
Yeah, I was
from
Listen,
like,
you know what's funny?
I remember him.
I can't believe I forgot.
Can I
Yeah,
get
yeah,
beat?
Yeah, see, Marshall's not a real ball knower.
Yeah.
He was
Wait, no, but
He's not a ball
hold
knower.
on, Marshall. No, Marshall. Why couldn't you say his name? Why'd you have to look it up?
I didn't know.
Because he's not a
Jefferson
real
from
ball
Farm.
knower.
I just forgot about him. I was
Oh
looking back
my
at
You mean
his
the
back in the day.
best
Did he not
Peruvian
play
player
for-
man I've
he
ever
played
had?
for-
You forgot about that guy.
I gave
I
you
do-
one from our most recent golden
you couldn't
generation. I
name-
gave you
you
one
couldn't
from
name
when we
them.
were actually
You couldn't name
competent. I
them.
gave you a
You
21st
typed
century
in
one.
Black Ecuadorian players. You couldn't name them.
Well, wait. Black Ecuadorian players?
Peruvian.
Antonio Valencia. Right?
Bro,
And then there's
Oh, now-
Marshall's got his one black friend from every
oh
country.
no,
now.
man. Well, this Pacho
fuck
obviously. Who the fuck is? Oh my god, why am I forgetting your striker?
Marshall is
RSM?
thinking about
What the
his striker.
hell?
my grandpa, my gramps. You afraid of my gramps,
Marshall,
bro?
Marshall
great
hitting his
gramps.
quota.
My
Isn't
great
Marshall's
great
striker
great
also
gramps.
Valencia?
My
Marshall's
goat,
hitting
bro.
his quota for niggas. Marshall's hitting his quota for niggas. That's currently what's happening.
Think you
You
had
know we have one at our
Palacios,
club. You couldn't name Caicedo.
You see, I'm not thinking the obvious ones. Bro.
Is it a kid nigga?
You're not thinking, okay. Yeah. I mean, Caicedo could be from anywhere, so yeah, I heard you.
That's fair.
Yeah, but all right, man.
I wonder if
Let's wrap it
Caicedo
up.
took a DNA test, like where he would be from.
Hey, we don't have to get into that, bro.
Nah, that's a video. That's a video.
Don't worry, man.
Definitely not- he's not
Listen,
Somalian, you know what I'm
he's
saying?
definitely East African, man.
He's, uh,
He's definitely
he's
East African,
definitely
that's for
Somalian,
sure,
bro.
man.
He's
That's
definitely
He's
eat. How do you know he definitely is?
He's got the long distance and stamina, just like me. There we go.
My man said he got the engine. He definitely is.
Yeah, man. Listen, man, he can run for days, man. That's for sure.
Oh man! All right, I'm gonna wrap it up. It's been 3 hours. This was a good little Chelsea therapy that I very much needed. But But yeah, big up every single one of you watching. If you haven't smashed up the like button, be sure to smash up the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Big up again to Footy Judge Mo for the raid. We really appreciate it. We're going to go ahead and also raid out to Flawless. He's currently live, so go ahead, copy and paste the raid message. Show Flawless some love. Let him know where you're coming from. But yeah, people, we'll be back again. I'm going to say Wednesday. For a show. I don't know what show we're gonna do, but it'll be
no
Wednesday.
disrespect, but what's the difference between the Wednesday show and whatever we just did?
You'll just go over more news, really.
Yeah, he just
by the way,
collects
just
the news.
quickly, just quickly, I just wanted to say this quickly.
That's also when he goes over a senior quote.
John Terry, captain, lead, legend, racist.
Okay, racist, and what else?
That's all.
You're not gonna say the last one that you added recently? No? Okay.
We're not gonna add that one.
Hey,
recently,
what
though.
did we add?
Oh, new owner.
Ahmed, is this
Oh,
you
it was-
launching a
was-
bid
was-
for an election ticket on Reform UK? What's happening?
There's no Bridge Nation is saying that for a reason. We cannot get political.
Wait, why are you saying what
I
reason?
feel
are you
like
saying
Ahmed-
John Terry is
But
racist?
Why are
we're
you
just gonna
being
go
so-
ahead and
Ahmed, why are you
what
being so
reason-
cryptic for no
What
reason?
reason
This
are
guy.
you saying John Terry's a racist for in 2026? Like we don't know. What's the reason? Why did
Oh,
you
we
do this?
know.
Yeah, do you
Let's
think
check
that was
out-
like a
let's-
brave statement?
Who did John Terry call an N-word again? What happened?
You want
Uh,
Ahmed, do you want credit for being a brave person by saying John Terry's a racist?
Listen, man, the streets don't hear it these days, man. That's all I'm saying, man.
Oh,
We're gonna
Ahmed
shout
wasn't
out-
here.
You
we're
don't go
gonna shout out
outside. How
proper
do you know the
casual
streets
and
here?
higher tier members as well. Lana Sadiq, EE, Adrian, thank you so much for your support. And yeah, we're gonna wrap it up, guys. So big up to every single one of you. Y'all have a wonderful rest of your evening. We'll catch you again soon. Have a wonderful night. Stay casual. Peace.
Are we gonna